What's up, guys? FSC Speed Shop. Weekend's here. It's Friday. I've got my producer, Matt. He's off camera. He's going to read me comments and questions so I can answer. So, plus, he's my bartender, and I'm already a little low on scotch. So, earlier today, I got back with Orwell. It literally was about 8 degrees. It pulled up to the shop. I dropped the trailer out front, opened up the door, backed the truck inside. I got it positioned over the floor drain so tomorrow morning I could hit it with the power washer and get it ready for another week. So with that, Matt's trying to show me something.
You can't see the vacuum handle with the pen in the...
All right, never mind the vacuum handle, what I have holding the phone, okay? Look, it is what it is.
I was wondering what that is in the corner. I'm like, oh wait, that's the pen.
You could try to go ahead and adjust it before people get on with it. That way they got time to. Hang on, Matt's gonna reposition the camera so you're not looking at the vacuum cleaner handle holding the phone. He's gonna try to get the phone over a little bit, and then he's gonna pour me another drink.
Oh, of course I am. It's actually really hard because you have a wide lens.
Oh, you screwed it all up, didn't you?
No. It's just it's going to not... There's no way I can't
All right,
get
well,
it.
if the vacuum handle's there, they'll just have to deal with it.
Blocks me from
Not
the
a
camera
big,
shot, though.
This is not a big major production.
Okay.
Is the pen in the way? It looks like it is.
No, you can't see it.
I literally have the phone hooked on the handle of the vacuum cleaner with two of Jen's hair ties holding the phone to the vacuum cleaner handle. If that helps. You find anything on there yet, or?
Yeah, you got no questions. Just a bunch of people saying hi and where they're from. Hi from Fond du Lac, Florida, Northern Ontario. You have 62 viewers at the moment.
That's got to be cold.
Hi from the UK. Good morning from the UK.
Good morning.
It's morning there.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Springfield, Missouri. How come you don't have Steve Summers on the big screen?
It's Friday. He ain't on Friday nights. He's Monday through Friday, but technically, well, first of all, he's not on air till midnight Eastern time, which is technically Saturday. So he'll be back Sunday night, Monday morning, midnight, which technically is Monday, even though it's most people's Sunday nights. So what else? So this week I didn't do a big striker. We did one of the regular city truck type fire trucks. Took that to the same place I took the striker. And then the load back, I brought a, what did I do? I hate that. I do so many, I kind of lose track of what I did. Right, I grabbed a small telehandler out of the port in Baltimore, brought that to Ohio. And then I had a little issue with my air dryer and had to have a new hose made. So that was in Ohio, dropped that off, and then the next day I picked up a crane in Wooster, Ohio to bring up to Oshkosh Truck, who no longer has a second shift, so I'm still holding on to that crane. I'll deliver that on Monday. That's what I did this week. But I did have an issue with Orwell regarding the extreme cold and my air dryer. Now, I did post a question regarding a fuel heater, or my lack of understanding how this thing works or how to get a new one, on Facebook, on Dying Breed Diesel's Facebook forum. And a lot of people over there recognize me, which was cool. But I did finally get an answer to my question, so now I know what to do with that. But that's going to be in an upcoming video. I'll work on that a little this weekend as well with Matthew. So I see he's chopping at the bit to get this thing.
Okay, so answering Joseph Hoke, your question. I'm not planning on getting a CDL. I don't plan on driving like my father. I don't plan on going to that career. I plan on going to the Navy.
Well, if you're going to be like that, sit here.
Yeah, I think I will. Sorry, I got the computer.
You're going to answer questions.
I got the computer to see all you guys' questions.
Can you see yourself in that thing? Make sure you're on frame.
I
You look pretty stupid if you're not. Yeah, you should be. All right.
You gotta wait for it to.
Oh, wow, there's a hell of a leg. All right.
There. Well, I had it.
I push my sons to stay away from trucking, to be honest. Look, it's a good profession, and I did okay with it, and I do a lot better now than I did when I first started, believe me. But I push my sons to use trucking as a plan B should their plan A fail. But I prefer my sons not follow my footsteps.
And well, the people on the wall, those are just the mafia characters from movies because he's a big mob guy. He loves those movies. And
Mob movies, not actually.
Sorry, he likes the mob movies, and he always.
So behind me is a little coffee table that I use for my liquor cabinet, and of course over your liquor cabinet you got to have all your mobsters. So on one side I've got the Godfather, the next one over right above the liquor on the shelf, and an urn for Jen's mother actually. Above that is the Sopranos, and then on over is a whole mix, a painting I bought of a whole bunch of different mobsters. And then on the far left, which is probably out of screen, is everybody from the movie Goodfellas. Underneath that is a bunch of pictures of me and different crews hanging out, like one time in Florida at a costume party in outside of J-Wags. Another one was out riding with some people of mine, a bunch of Harley riders. Up here in Wisconsin, a bunch of people I hang out with. And then underneath that was a bunch of friends, all hanging out as a crew. So I put them with the mobsters. Somebody else got to have some questions.
How many gears in Orwell?
13. It's a 13 speed. You could split the top side only.
What size is the Caterpillar engine in it?
I don't know what the displacement is on that. First thing that comes to my mind is like 14.8, something along there. It's a 3406B. It's a 7FB variant. That's 7 Foxtrot Bravo. I don't know what the displacement is exactly. It's about 400 horsepower. And I'm pretty sure it's still set factory. I never messed with the pump.
Matt, glad to see you hanging out with your dad. Enjoy every minute you can. Love your family. Safe and family.
Does that count when I'm kicking his ass or when I'm punishing him? There's a reason why he doesn't have a phone, by the way.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Sometimes you do have to put your 17-year-old in line. He's a good kid, but sometimes you do got to get on him.
How fast have you gotten it up to?
Orwell?
Yeah.
Oh, Orwell's slow. I don't think I've driven her past 75, and even there, that engine is just under there screaming. Very short legs in Orwell. Don't know the gear ratio though, but it's short. Look, it used to be a company truck. And bear in mind, in 1984, the national speed limit was 55. They weren't expecting much.
Are you sure you're not?
No Rooster Cruiser.
Are you sure you're not the muscle for the mob?
No. If anything, I would have been a wheelman.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
No, not a wheelman.
What do you think of Cummins 444?
Cummins 440. You know what? I don't know. In truth, I don't even know what that. I'm assuming that's an older engine. I don't know what it is. The only Cummins I've ever driven was an N14 Select Plus in my '01 Freightliner that I sold right before I bought Orwell. I had no problems with that engine at all. But from my experience test driving a Cummins, the predecessor to the N14 in a Kenworth cab over, and the N14 Select Plus that I drove, the Caterpillar, if you hit the throttle, it is amazingly quick and instant. My electronic Caterpillar, a 3406B and a C16, same thing, instant quick as soon as you hit the throttle. That Cummins, it had power, don't get me wrong, but it didn't have the instant hit as soon as you crack that throttle. As far as a 444 Cummins, I never worked on one, never drove one, have no good opinion one way or the other.
All right, Road Train. To get that one, I had to put that into conversion. So that's 78 miles an hour. He was able to get his truck. He He's got he's somewhere in Europe, so he's got
Columbus.
kilometers per hour. So I had to convert it. He goes, he can get his up to, which for us is 78 miles an hour, 126 kilometers going downhill, fully loaded. That's his going downhill.
Oof. Well, mine's not governed. It's just short-legged. That Peterbilt I had was a triple-digit Rooster Cruiser, which, think about it. I'm probably better off not having a Rooster Cruiser, especially with a YouTube channel. I'm sure all the customers I pull for would not appreciate that if they, see me chicken trucking down the road. I probably would not be able to have my channel if I did that kind of stuff. So it's good to have a slower, older truck, I guess. Can't get in trouble.
I'm 17. I was born in 2003. So there's that question. Should we tell them about your plan for a new truck?
No.
I do see some.
No.
No? Keep that a secret?
I haven't bought the truck nor the engine, so
It's still
no.
a desire.
It's a desire. We've discussed what I desire, but no, we'll keep that on the down.
Because I see questions being like, are you getting a new truck? What's the plan on new truck?
I'm looking a new, no. Another truck, yes. The plan for the next truck, again, it's not an Orwell replacement, but the only desire I will release right now regarding what I want. See, I haven't bought the truck that I've been eyeballing, and nor the engine for it. I've mentioned it it's probably a good guess that it would be a two-stroke Detroit. For the viewership, I think that would be awesome just for the sound alone. So I will let that go, that my next truck will have a two-stroke Detroit in it. But ultimately what I do want to do with the next truck is to start moving heavy haul, start doing basically a 4-axle tractor that I could put behind one of Widmeyer's 3-axle trailers, or rather in front of a 3-axle trailer, to start doing some of the bigger stuff that we occasionally do. But what truck and what specific engine? Two-stroke Detroit's all you probably need to know.
All right.
What?
I was verifying. I gotta find it again. Is Mr. Beef getting a diesel engine? No. It's staying a V10. I love that truck.
No, we specifically looked for the V10 Dodge to be able to buy Mr. Beefy. To be honest, I didn't pay a lot for Mr. Beefy, but it did cost some money to go get it. But other trucks similar to Mr. Beefy were going for, at the time I was looking at Auto Tempest, they were going for between $8,000 to $12,000 range with the V10. That's what I wanted, the V10. Matt is getting another car that's going to come on the channel, provided everything works properly. I will release this as of now. The car is currently sitting in the island of Oahu because it used to be my other son's car. And my other son is giving that car to Matthew. Legally, because he's still a minor, the car legally is mine. We are going to monetize and use the car on the channel. But the car is Matt's car. And provided everything works properly with shipping the car, which should happen on Monday, you guys should be seeing the car sometime after February 28th when it arrives in Tacoma, Washington. And while you're up, grab me a scotch.
You need scotch. All right.
But that's a car for Matt to play with and to start working on the channel. By the way, Matthew is, when we do get this car here, Matthew is also supposed to take my camera equipment and start filming and editing his own content and keeping his masters like I do mine, but then putting it on my channel for you guys to watch so he can get... You're tripping.
Am I?
Yeah.
It was like all the way over here, though.
No, you weren't.
Oh, whoops.
That's good. Still in the scotch. What's up with this kid?
So
Matthew will be making the majority of the money off of content that he films and edits on his own regarding this car.
for what I'm drinking, milk. My drink.
He's 17. He ain't drinking nothing hard.
But milk is my favorite, so I will drink gallon every few days.
So after February 28th, you'll be seeing a new car on the channel. It'll be much more fun than popcorn is at the moment. It'll actually be it'll be a bastardized sports car. Let's leave it at that.
Would you ever buy a 2007 Peterbilt 389, has no DEF? I can already answer that one for him while he's drinking his beer.
You don't know.
Well,
Is that a glider?
true. Sorry.
If that was a glider, possibly. Although it'd probably be a little bit more money. A bit more money than I can buy cash. And with the economy right now, with the future, I don't really think I want another big loan.
What do you think of Detroit diesels?
Which ones? Look for that updated answer. Which ones?
I'm waiting. I'm at the...
Which Detroit diesels? No, he's got to type in which one he's talking about.
I'm waiting. I'm at the bottom.
So my buddy Bino, he had, if you look way back in the archives of my videos before the channel started blowing up, there's a video that I did with an alien green 389 flat top Peterbilt. That was actually a Fitzgerald glider kit with a 60 series Detroit in it. I think the truck was a 2017, with a 93 60 series Detroit in it that was rebuilt by Detroit, built by Fitzgerald. And Bino ran that truck hard till he sold it. He did real good with that truck. He had very few problems with it, but it was during the height of the glider kits. It was ELD and EPA exempt, so it was the ultimate truck if you were looking for new stuff. So the 07 389, unless it was a glider, it wouldn't be ELD exempt, and I wouldn't want nothing to do with it.
92 twin turbo.
92 twin turbo.
Silver 92 twin turbo.
Oh, silver 92.
Sorry. And put the silver.
I never drove one. I couldn't really give you much about it. The only experience I had with driving two-stroke Detroits was in a 1973 Ford L9000. It was a dump truck. It was a V6, and I don't know if it was a 6V71 or a 6V92. I'm going to assume a 71. What did it have? I think it had a 10-speed behind it. Top speed of literally like 50 miles an hour. It didn't have any guts to save its soul, but it moved a lot of weight and it worked. I was living in Pennsylvania. I was driving this truck for a friend of mine, hauling dirt for him, because in Pennsylvania, whoever invented the term dirt cheap never lived in Pennsylvania because all they have is rock. There's no dirt. So I was hauling sand and dirt and gravel, usually with a lot of bone and rocks in it. My buddy would sift it out. Anyway, this was right about the time he was a baby, if he was even born. So I was driving it like up one real steep hill. You had to go all the way down the bottom hill, climb this real steep hill, dump it off the top, and go back. You could probably... back and forth, back and forth. This truck was slow as hell going up that hill, but we're talking a real steep hill. So this by no means was a large car, but it was an interesting truck to drive with that two-stroke Detroit in it. So a silver 92, I have no experience with it, but I'm sorry, they are the coolest, all those two-strokes, they were the coolest sounding engines ever made. I mean, I've seen so many things on the internet saying they were horrible engines. They were great noise converters, meaning they converted diesel into noise. But I don't know. I thought they were cool. So, hey, whatever. If you run a YouTube channel, efficiency might not be what you need. You just need something cool for the views. In my next truck, I wouldn't use it a lot, but I would use it enough. I'll put it to you like that.
Funniest trucking story that comes to mind.
Funniest?
Yeah.
Trucking story.
That comes to mind.
Funniest trucking story. Oh, God.
Now you can just see the YouTube loading symbol just appear right there. And then soon he'll go like Gru from Despicable Me, go light the bulb, and it'll pop in his mind.
I can't think of anything really particularly funny.
No?
The first thing that comes to mind is on 287 in New Jersey. Some dude deciding to show me his Johnson. So I don't know why he decided I needed to see that. But hey, some people brag about their shortcomings. I don't.
What type of trucking makes the most money? Heavy
type
haul.
of trucking?
Yeah, heavy haul. Regular
All right.
flatbed. Well, I'm gonna give you the options. And
No. Here you go. You ready?
Okay.
You guys see these guys out there. When you see these big trucks, and I mean huge sleepers, which are basically RVs with fifth wheels attached to them, usually you see a step deck with an airplane engine on that step deck or double drop. That's got to be the most lucrative contract you're ever going to get trucking. It's got to be that, because when you got one of those big, huge super sleeper tractors that weigh a ton, like probably like, I don't know, 10 tons or more, actually no more than that, you get the point. When you got a truck that big, that long, that huge, you don't have much room for freight on your trailer. And usually those trucks you see with jet engines, so that's got to be the most lucrative. As for what I do, well, I'm not going to discuss numbers, but it pays better than swinging doors. I don't know how anybody can afford swinging doors now with the rates they're charging, but I don't know. I'm not exactly rich either, so I can't say what I'm doing is making a fortune.
Long nose or cab over?
Well, put it there like this. I think this channel has blown up because of the cab over. I also believe, unless I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, show it. I'd love to see it. I think I'm the only YouTuber out here that has an antique truck that puts it to work. Like, there's a lot of guys with antique trucks, but they don't drive them regularly. And they don't haul revenue freight with them. I do. That's kind of what makes this channel stand out. I think so anyway. There are way more bigger YouTube channels out there that are in the trucking field. But I think my channel blew up because of the cab over, but it could also be because I actually pull revenue freight with an older truck. I don't know, is Orwell an antique? It's 84. I don't know if that classifies. If it was a car, you could put antique plates on it, but I don't know if you consider it an antique. I think something out of the 50s is an antique. 80s is just a classic. If you want the comfort, you want the longer hood, no doubt. 379s are getting to be kind of rare, but they were a dime a dozen in my day. So, in my earlier days, I should say. But I remember when that's all I ever wanted was a 379. I really got to figure out how to get them older videos, what I did with the 379 on the high-8 tapes. Yeah, I need to look into trying to get an endorsement with somebody making those old high-8 tapes to where I can put it out there on YouTube for you guys. Remind me this weekend to send an email out to one of those companies that make...
Oh, that convert the... Okay.
Right, that convert the old tapes to more modern formats so I can... I got a couple vlogs.
Yeah.
It was actually, I made it for you guys so you knew something of what I did when you were younger. But I'll put it on YouTube. But that's when I have my 379, and we're talking every bit a 10, 12-year-old video.
What's the longest haul you've done?
Longest haul is in distance?
Well, they just gave longest haul.
Seattle to Tampa. I picked up for a trade show. This is back when I had my first truck I ever bought, which was a 1995 Freightliner FLD 120 with a, get this, a 285-inch wheelbase, measuring from the center or rear axle to the, because there's multiple ways guys argue how you measure wheelbase on a truck. 285 was from the center of the rearmost axle to the center of the steer axle, 285-inch. It was a long rig for an FLD, and that had that setback front axle too. But that was for a trade show I picked up in Spokane, and I brought it all the way down to Tampa. That was back when I was leased on with Landstar, and I found out when you're with the Landstar system, you take a dry van out west, good luck getting it east, unless you're going to bring it back empty.
Here's one for you. They might not know a lot about trucking, but with you being leased on, How do you get your loads if you don't mind me asking? Is it word to mouth or what is it?
Okay, what it is for me is I am FestJack Trucking LLC. You guys follow my YouTube channel, FSC Speed Shop, which is a derivative of FestJack Speed and Custom Shop. So I own two LLCs. I have FestJack Trucking and I have FestJack Speed and Custom Shop. You guys watch the Speed Shop side of things because originally this channel was about pushing the shop. So on the trucking side of things, FestJack Trucking LLC is leased onto Widmeyer Express out of West Bend, Wisconsin. They take a piece out of my revenue. For that, I run under their authority. They find the loads. I can find other loads, and I can bring other, let's say you needed me to haul something for you. I would have you contact Widmeyer. You guys would set the rate, and I would haul it for you guys. Or I also have a little bit of leeway, meaning I could call dispatch and say, hey, can we cut this guy a break on the money, blah, 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 because we're going to do a video, whatever, however it may be. But that's how it works. I run under Widmeyer's authority, but I own the truck outright. I pull their trailer. And again, they provide that trailer for a fee. That's how that works.
When you started, did you get homesick or claustrophobic at all?
Neither. I started driving. I was a ripe old age of 21. Maybe a little homesick. So I started driving. My oldest son was still a baby. But it is what it was. I had to feed them. So I don't really remember being homesick as much as I was just determined to figure a way to feed these kids.
What does LLC stand for?
Limited Liability Corporation. It's a tax thing. I have an accountant. I pay him to figure out these things. Obviously, I'm not an accountant.
Where's the one? Peterbilt 389 or Kenworth W900?
Just in the coolness factor alone and the sleeper configuration, if you get the 86-inch studio, you got to go with the W9. The Peterbilt, that ain't no slouch either. The Kenworths are truly the Cadillac of trucks. Buddy of mine, his name's Juan. They call him 007. He lives in Easton, Pennsylvania. I forget who he's leased onto. He's got a 99 W9 with an 86-inch studio. What do you need this for?
Put him over there.
Oh, you need to plug your computer in.
Whoops. But yeah.
I guess Matt's off screen.
No, not. You could see,
Oh, you
like,
still see it?
up to here.
Oh, okay.
You could actually see all the way at the coat rack.
Anyway, my buddy Juan, 007, he's got that 86-inch studio and a red and black W900. There is not a better truck on the planet made. He has the best truck in the world. That has a 3406E 600 horse, not the 550. He ordered the 600 horse in that thing too.
Kenworth C500 or old T800?
What the hell is a C500?
CW C500 or T800?
I don't know what a C500 is, so you're going to have to just
give me a second.
skip that one. Yeah, look that up quick. I know what a T800 is.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool. That is a cool looking truck. I like that. That just looks like a cool truck. That looks cool.
Dude, that thing reminds me of Killdozer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's what comes up as a C500.
That just looks
like,
cool.
Dude, that thing looks like it could move anything.
That's a good heavy haul truck.
Yeah, yeah, right.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's really heavy. That's drag a heavy haul load up a mountain.
What was it?
In the dirt road.
What was it? T800?
I know what a T800 looks like.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically a W900 with a slope to it.
I like the
and a setback axle.
I like the C500 better.
When I worked for Price Trucking, they had a lot of T800s. That's the truck I should have bought back when I worked for Price Trucking. Was a T600, the Anteater. Was a 95. That was a good truck. Had a 4 1/4 cat, 3406E. That was a good truck. I missed that thing. Had the option to buy it. I bought that Freightliner. I know, right?
I can't read I don't know what the last word is for the one right there. I don't know what that is.
Road train?
No, Corey.
You feeling a little drunk? Fashion hat?
I'm like, what in the hell is that?
You're gonna have to explain fashion hat to me, there, brother. A little drunk? Yeah, I'm drinking scotch. Come on. I'm home and it's Friday. What the hell do you think I'm gonna be doing? I hope you guys are drinking too. Provided you're not working.
What's the craziest load?
Craziest load. Maybe not the craziest load, probably the coolest one. There was this leased out with Widmeyer when I had my 99 Pete. It had we were moving for Morse Material Handling out of Windsor, Wisconsin when they had that place there. And we moved a crane trolley. And I think it was about 14 feet wide. I have pictures of it on my Facebook. I think it's Fez at Work. If you find my personal Facebook page, Fez at Work, you'll see it. I think it's under there. Anyway, you see this big-ass crane trolley. I don't remember what it weighed, but it weighed a lot. It was a little bit much for a 2-axle, spread axle step deck and a 3-axle tractor. And the funny thing was I hauled that load. The pipe come off of my turbo that had broke, so it was kind of like running a wide open exhaust out the hood. Oh, it was so loud. I don't remember what it weighed, but I brought it from over by Madison to Milwaukee. But it was one of the biggest loads I ever did. It was another one I did where the load was 57,000 pounds, and I needed a 3-axle trailer to haul it. I brought that out by Reno, Nevada, and I went over Silver Zone Pass with that sucker, weighing right around 100,000 pounds gross. And I went over Silver Zone Pass when you come out of Utah into Nevada and over Wendover, and you come up that big mountain. That's like the biggest one of that direction anyway. And I went up Silver Zone Pass at whole breakneck speed of 21 miles an hour.
So, I'm going to answer mine since I used to go trucking with him when I was younger during the summers when he would take me out with him.
You did like 8 summers in a row.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll ask him to answer his favorite place traveled. Assuming you're asking when it comes to trucking. When it comes to trucking, favorite place traveled had to be in Texas. Think you know where I'm going with this one.
Oh, I do. I know.
Cadillac Ranch. God, I love that place. That was fun. Funny story with that place. Funny story. So there's Cadillacs in the ground, so you take spray. If you're allowed to do this, it's a public thing where you take spray cans.
They want you to spray paint on these things.
They want you to. So I was writing my name on them, and there was this one kid that kept crossing out my name and writing his. So what I do, I'd cross out his, I'd write mine. So it kept going back and forth.
You gotta bear in mind, this kid's uncle was sitting right there, like, watching this whole thing, and I was right near him, and he kept eyeballing me, and I'm like, dude, handle your kid. So my kid was just, they were going back and forth with it, and I wasn't, I'm not telling my kid to back down. Hell no. He wants to try to bully my kid. I'm like, dude, I don't care if these kids just start beating each other over the head with the spray cans. It doesn't matter to me.
And so they left before us. On our way out, I swear, he could vouch for me.
And he misspelled it.
And he misspelled it too. He writes on the ground on the entrance/exit, Matthew sucks.
He wrote that in the dirt in the spray paint. And I'm like, hey, Matt. And I pointed out to him. And I says, yeah, he was too much of a whiny little, biatch to say anything to you there. So he wrote it as you would see it on your way out.
Yeah.
So, haters can hate, but they always talk as they're walking away.
Alright, and for non-trucking, it was a trip down to Florida that me and my brother absolutely loved.
That was with the travel trailer and the blue Ford truck that used to be in the back of the shop.
And that me and him will fight for forever. Your turn.
Yeah, both my sons want that blue Ford when I die, and I'm like, how do I handle that? Chop in half and send one half to one and the other. That's gonna be a problem.
Now, what I say you should do is cut it half vertically, right where the bed attaches, so I can get the cab and you go back.
I already made my decision. You better get off your ass and start making some money.
All right, you answer the question.
The answer is he who can keep the truck up will get the truck.
All right, answer favorite place you've traveled.
Are we talking with the truck or without?
With the truck, and do it without quickly.
Okay. Favorite place traveled with the truck would actually be Glamis, California. Only reason that is because at the time, a friend of mine, before he got divorced, didn't want to be a friend of mine no more, lived out in L.A., Chatsworth, California, and they had sand rails, Jeeps, and all of that kind of stuff to go out in the dunes with them. Well, one time I went out there with them, and I says, hey, instead of you guys driving the Jeeps, I'll haul them out there for you. So I did. So we put the Jeeps on my truck, and we hauled them out there. I had 2 Rubicons and a 1941 Willys on that truck. Somewhere on my Facebook, there's pictures of that, too. So we'd haul them out there, and that was just all kinds of fun out there in Glamis, out there in the sand dunes. And, parked the truck in the campground section, put the Jeeps off, and I stayed in the truck as the camper, and of course they had their motorhome, which towed the car trailer, the enclosed trailer, and in that had the sand rail. So yeah, I ate and had dinner, breakfast, whatever. Had the campfire out there, but I just stayed in my truck, so it was like having the best of both worlds. That was probably the most fun trip with the truck. Non-trucking trip? Oh, shit, man, it'd be all kinds of camping trips. Probably again the same as Matthew. The most fun one was taking the first trip to Florida with the travel trailer, with the blue '75 Ford truck, towing that camper that we took to the hunting up north, towing it all the way down to Florida and back.
Worst DOT experience.
Worst DOT experience. Okay. Of that, there are 2. So this is back when I worked for Price Trucking. I was driving that T600. I got stopped up in Canada, hauling cement. And they have a guy, I know there's a conversion between metric system and the English system, but it doesn't quite work that way. So I get DOT'd, and the officer that's inspecting and measuring the stroke of the brake chambers, he writes the measurements in chalk on the tire, on the outside of the tire. That way he can go around the truck and write them all down on your ticket. Does anybody want to tell me how in the hell you get 3.5 inches of stroke out of a brake chamber that can only stroke 3 1/4? I also noticed that day in that scale that every truck getting inspected had American license plates. That had to be a coincidence. So that was that one. The other one was some cop in Chicago pulled me over and rerouted me to his scale. Put me on the scale and said I was overweight on the drives. But the scale sits on this hump. So it's like you're not on level ground as he weighs you. On top of which, you're not allowed to smoke in your workplace in Illinois. While the 2 of them are puffing away on Marlboros in there, inside the building, writing me the ticket, I so much want to take a picture of them 2 smoking while they wrote me a big fat ticket saying I was overweight on a scale. Now, you got to weigh a truck on level ground, but this local scale is not on level ground, so some of you guys probably know exactly where I'm talking about. So, that cost me, I think like $700. while they illegally smoked in their workplace and didn't give a rat's ass whether I was standing in there or not. Chicago, Illinois, boys. Ain't worth it.
Tell the best DOT experience of that guy that had the real nice handwriting.
Oh, that's another one. So I first started driving truck. I was driving for Cannon Express, and back then, when you come out of Columbus, Ohio, on 71 North, there used to be a scale right there. I got yanked in the back of that one, and I got inspected, and he had me come inside. And you got to bear in mind, I'm a whole ripe old age of 21. I just started driving. And I'm 43 now, if that helps you out. And there's a fairly large black guy who was a DOT officer. Really nice guy. And this is before they had the printers that printed out the DOT inspection form. And the guy was writing out the inspection form by hand in the scale house. And I was watching him write this, and he handed it to me and had me sign it. And I looked at this thing, and he writes everything in calligraphy. Like, this thing was beautiful. Like, if I had written this that beautifully, I would have put it in a frame and put it on my wall. I mean, this was beautiful. So, he didn't find anything wrong with the truck, so I asked him, I said, if you don't mind my asking, you write in calligraphy? He says, yes, that's all I know how to write in. I said, there's got to be a story to that. Well, he told me what I feel was kind of a sad story. Obviously, he was a much older gentleman than I was, and this was, God, 20 years ago, 23 years ago. So he's probably long retired by now. So if you figure, he was probably in his 40s 20 years ago. His mother wanted him to be able to stand out from the crowd because I don't know where his family was from. But like I mentioned before, he's black. Obviously his mom and dad were black. So they wanted him to stand out above the average person. So they made him write everything since he was a child in calligraphy. And to that day, that's all he knew how to write. He couldn't just write cursive. Like, my cursive is terrible. You can barely read it. This guy, it was a work of art. If he wrote it, it was like a work of art. And his mother absolutely insisted on that because they felt because he was black, he would have a harder time getting ahead. So they wanted him to stand out above the crowd with his handwriting. And that's a story he told me. And I'll never forget. I wish I knew the man's name, but I'll never forget that story. It always stuck with me. And I never kept it. Sin of it all. I never kept that report. I had to mail it in, but to get it signed off and all. But everything that man wrote was in calligraphy. I guarantee you, one of you guys have dealt with that man in the past. You probably, somebody, drop a comment eventually if you ever dealt with that guy. But he worked at the old scale on 71 North coming out of Columbus. That scale's no longer even there. But that's where it was.
Okay, here's one.
There's got to be a lot of other questions coming up.
What do you think of old 40s or 50s trucks being worked on as much as new trucks? I'll highlight it so you know which one it is.
There you go.
The one in the blue.
Hey, look, any truck will make money. What do you think of old 40s or 50s trucks being worked as much as a new truck? Look, I ask all the time. Every time I walk up to, I'll give you an example. There's a crane sitting in my shop outside on a trailer, and I walk up to it, and I'll ask it, hey, you care what model year truck pulls you around? They never answer. The freak doesn't care. So as long as the freak gets there on time and undamaged, I don't think anybody cares. So if you've got a 56 Peterbilt, dude, get it out there and make it work. There's nothing worse than a truck that sits in a barn all the time. You got to work them a little bit. I got a couple buddies of mine that have really nice old trucks. They take it to shows and stuff, and I'm like, come on, man, put some revenue freight on that every now and again. Let that Kenworth do some work. Not all the time, but every now and again. That's my opinion of working older trucks. If you can figure out a way to make money with that old rig, do it. Put it on the road. Make it make money. That's what they were built for. Diesel is still diesel. If you have a really old truck, gasoline is still gasoline. It's still run on that crap.
Will new emission standards shut down Orwell?
Orwell fits. Let me put it like this. Orwell meets requirements of 1984. As long as Orwell remains a 1984 Peterbilt, that's all it will ever be required to meet is emission standards of 1984, with the exception of California. So provided our government still retains its sense in itself in the fact that it honors what used to always be grandfathered, then Orwell will be fine. If our government goes full on crazy, then I might be in some deep crap. But I'll always survive. But I don't see that. I don't think there's enough of trucks like Orwell on the road now to actually be a problem where the government's not going to make a whole new law based on the 1% of 1% of trucks that are older rigs. I mean, let's be frank. How many mechanical trucks do you see out there? How many cars with carburetors are even on the highway right now? You know, it's the same kind of thing. I guess it's possible, but I don't know. I'm not gonna go buy a brand new rig because maybe somebody thinks the sky might fall one day.
Hey, Coastal.
Oh, Big Easy's on there, huh?
I believe so.
Sweet.
Have you ever hauled hazard load?
I used to, but that doesn't pay anymore. So why would I go through all the crap and pay extra for the licensing to haul the same cheap crap? So no, I don't do that anymore. Used to, not no more.
Yeah, it's Big Easy. Big Easy, sorry. Scariest load or trip? And trip, sorry.
Scariest load or trip?
And trip, sorry. It's my bad.
I'll tell you one. It's a serious one. That's dead serious. You'll remember it if it ever happens to you. You ever make the mistake where you realize the traffic is stopping in front of you and you step on that brake and just like the C.W. McCall song and it goes straight to the floor and it feels like you're stepping on a plum? And you figure your truck will stop about 4 car lengths past the first car that you'll crash into. And there's a pickup truck to the right side of you, right next to your trailer. And all you're praying for in this time that seems to go on forever is that the pickup truck wasn't there. Then you start realizing that it's better to sideswipe the pickup truck than rear end these cars, and I mean multiple cars in front of you. And then the pickup truck sees what's going on, and the pickup truck grabs the shoulder, giving you the lane to now move over. And you were right. You stopped 4 car lengths past the first car you would have hit. Thanks to the guy in the white F-150. I was only driving about a year in my life. Driving truck for a year in my life when that happened. Funny how I remember it was a white F-150 that I would have sideswiped, but he was paying more attention than I was. I was a 1-year-old rookie. I'll never forget that. Here's to that F-150 driver. He was paying more attention than me.
What would you change about Orwell if you could?
What would I change?
That's from Big Easy.
Oh, the rear wheels. Everybody loves Everybody loves that one rusty.
Nah, you got to keep that rusty wheel. I zoom on every.
he does that on purpose.
Okay. Every time I'm filming in like a chase car trying to get video with the Handycam, I purposely get good.
We got to do that.
Quality video of filming just that wheel spinning.
We got to do that more often because the views on those videos, especially this last one,
they do good.
That just dropped yesterday.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the views went up a lot.
Yeah, so every time I get the chance, I will always zoom in on those wheels because people are always like, change those rusty rims. They're no good.
I do aim to get 8 new Alcoas in the back, but I have to put all new studs in the back. And no, I'm not changing all the damn hubs.
Yes,
because I'm not changing all the damn wheel bearings that I already put on a year ago. And seals and all that crap. So I'll leave that be. But that's the next big upgrade.
I love it. A bunch of people are starting to be like, the wheel needs to stay. You should change every one to Alcoa and leave the one rust. Cause they're like, it adds character. That rusty wheel is famous on OL.
Not for nothing. I am a big Whistling Diesel fan. Okay. No, I'm not gonna light my truck on fire, but there's part of me that likes to rib the haters. Just like with the music. Guys, if I put country music on, they complain. If I put rap music on, they complain. If I put rock music on, they complain. It doesn't matter what kind of music I put on. Someone's going to complain in the comments about the friggin' music. So if I don't put the music on, all you hear is wind noise all the time. So someone's going to complain about something. So some of me wants to go full-on Whistling Diesel and do exactly what Matt says. I'll put 7 new Alcoa wheels on there and leave that one rusty-ass rim on there just for the haters. In fact, Matthew said to me, a day or two ago, that I should have a t-shirt made about the crappiest rim in YouTube history or something like that on there, which I might do. So I might go to Whistling Diesel route in that term, in that direction.
I like that. I like that he said Oral needs can't please them all on the back. That would be a good one on the back of that shirt or like underneath.
Yeah.
Like that rusty wheel with like nice new Alcoa.
I haven't released any of the videos, but there was a subscriber that gives me the idea of I push the brake button in, you guys hit the like and subscribe button. I've been using that, but I haven't dropped any of those new videos yet. I still got a bunch of editing to do. Man, I got 2 whole round trips to edit still. The new one, by the way, there's a new video going to drop tomorrow in the morning, Saturday morning. That'll drop. After that, I have to edit more, so we got more coming. And on the video-wise, you guys are still on the Striker going out. I got the Striker to deliver, come back, a city fire truck to deliver, and come back, and blow an air hose, and freeze an air dryer. So yeah, I'm ahead of the game again.
All right, here's one. What's your CB handle?
Cue ball. Because if I was black, they'd call me 8 ball. My buddy Chris Brewer used to say it all the time. He's the one that gave me cue ball. I used to go by Roadrunner. And my buddy Chris Brewer, back when I lived in Pennsylvania, ran Sideline Automotive. He started nicknaming me cue ball. And then that's where it stuck. When I call in on the Steve Summers show, I call in on a cue ball. There's a lot on there for you to not be reading.
It's not questions. It's just people like, I'd buy shirts. Please bring shirts.
I'm going to call next week. I'm going to call Silly Toast. That's the name of the company that made my shirts. Matter of fact, this one here. I do need to get back on Shopify and get my domain name back. I do have. Well, let me ask you guys this. I can't see it. Let me know if I'm in frame, Matt. I do have a bunch of these shirts still around. Huh?
I'm waiting for it to catch up.
I do have a bunch of these shirts, which is a throwback from an old
You're in frame.
an old hoodie that I had that had this design with the pinup girl on there. I do have a bunch of these still here.
Tonight.
I could sling those, or I could give them away. All right, let me ask. Or watch this video.
Oh wow, it is today. People are watching us instead of the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl Sunday, fool.
Oh, whoops. Well, never mind then.
Fool.
All right, I am stupid. Leave me
So
alone.
watch the comments. So let me say this. Who knows what I'm talking about when I say Cream Machine shirts?
Oh no.
I have a lot of Cream Machine shirts that I'm probably going to just not give them away because of shipping involved. But who knows what I'm talking about if I mention Cream Machine shirts? Start leaving comments if you know what I'm talking about. Maybe some of you do. Especially you Florida guys. So keep an eye out for Cream Machine shirt comments. I want to see. Because anybody that knows what that shirt is deserves one for the least of cost of shipping.
Well, you can't see it on camera because they're all gonna claim to know what it is.
They'll have to prove it.
I was gonna say.
If I'm gonna ship one for the cost of shipping, they're gonna have to prove they know what the hell I'm talking about.
I don't know who the Diesel brothers are. Would you let the Diesel brothers be allowed to work on Orwell?
Nobody works on Orwell other than me. Would I do a collab with them? Absolutely, I would. They wouldn't be bothered with a small timer like me. Sorry. You guys ever see the movie Shark Tale? Okay. You remember when Sykes pulls the big chart down and shows Oscar where he is on the food chain? Okay. Pull that big thing down. Diesel Brothers are up here. Okay. FSC Speed Shop. Below whale poo. Okay. So help me out. I'd like to at least become above whale poo, like tongue scrubber. Which I guess that's the same thing. Whale poo would be good. So hit that like button, guys. Start hitting that like button. If you're not subscribed, dude, why not? So go ahead and hit that like. I'm terrible with that. I'm terrible with saying, hey, subscribe, hit the like button. I never remember. Dude, I don't even remember to tell you my name in my videos. My name's Steve, by the way. Any Cream Machine stuff yet or no?
No, nothing.
Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Like,
All
I guess that makes sense. He's only a podcaster at this point.
Twitch,
I built an engine for a guy for free and I got boned on it.
Please say poggers. No, stop. These people.
What?
There's one guy that he was spamming emotes and now he's spamming stupid Twitch chat stuff. God.
Well, I don't.
Poggers is a thing it's a Twitch thing and.
What is that? What the hell's a pogger?
it's a Twitch thing. It's okay. So someone does something cool. It's poggers. You do something. It's poggers. It's a gaming thing. You're dead. You don't know that. He's trying to get you to say poggers. Don't add to it. Don't add to it.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Exactly. You're not a video gamer.
You realize I'm 43 years old and I work for a living?
The most he's ever played is Tetris and Tecmo Bowl, and Tecmo Bowl he beats my ass.
That's on the original Nintendo. Matt's gonna show it to you.
The original Nintendo from watch out, it's still plugged in.
I'll kill anybody in Tecmo Bowl, alright? There you go.
That's what we should live stream. Us playing Tecmo Bowl. Do a video game live stream.
Oh, that would be funny. Alright, leave a comment. Who wants to see that? Me versus Matt playing Tecmo Bowl. I'm the Giants.
Yeah, but then you go, I hate you when you play Giants because all you do.
You could be San Francisco.
Yeah, but all you do is rush. You do a key. I don't know what you do.
Okay, so you'll never get a field goal on extra point.
Never get a field goal. And the problem is you constantly are able to sack me. Every time I've played you, I get a touchdown.
So
Once
play
in a blue moon.
So you can be San Francisco. I'll be Giants.
Of course,
That
you
might
know
be
the
good.
best teams.
See if they want to see that. I'll do that maybe in the next live stream or something. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
He plays Bo Jackson. Yes, he does.
If I'm San Francisco. But I always play the Giants and I always play Lawrence Taylor.
I'm seeing a lot of play. Yes. Used to play Pong. He used to play Pong. Tecmo Bowl, Bo Jackson from Big Easy.
Bo
LT
knows.
LOL.
Bo knows.
Love that game.
The other one, if you play Chicago, Walter Payton. Be Walter Payton. That fat man can move. He's a Tecmo Bowl, he could.
Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of yeses. Should do it tomorrow. I could also set up now.
Refrigerator? No, we're not doing that now. This live stream is probably already too long.
60 minutes.
Right.
It's been
See?
an hour. You haven't dropped consistency with views. You've been staying
Where
in
are we
the
at?
163. It's also late at night. It's 11
true.
o'clock.
I can't believe 300 people watched me wash the truck down last
And they
week.
watched me give them a thumbs up and thumbs down
Yeah.
because I couldn't give out answers.
I'm kind of the same way. There's a lot written there for you not to be reading.
They're not questions. There's a game on the App Store
Maybe I
called
should fire
Retro Ball.
my producer over here.
Because I'm waiting for questions that are good. And
Funniest thing to happen to you while trucking.
I've asked you that and you couldn't think of it.
Oh, no. No, cream machine. CREAM machine. Not green machine. Cream machine, Brennan Lewis. It's a cream machine. It was a radio promotional vehicle I built an engine for out of Tampa, Florida. I dropped that little hint. Let's see here.
All right, I'll start answering stuff. Here, I'll put
Big
it
Easy
here
goes,
quick.
we had 170 on our lives.
Yeah, I always read Big Easy stuff because he's just Big Easy.
Dude, community, not competition. Oh, dude, seriously, Big Easy. You'll love this one. So today, this will be a while, so you guys are going to have to subscribe and hit that notification bell to see when it happens. Big Easy will know what I'm talking about here. Big Easy's on Coastal Auto Reaction. You'll see him in the comments there. You need to check out that channel and like and subscribe, especially if you're a Mopar guy, okay? Big Easy is probably one of the biggest Mopar guys on YouTube that I'm aware of anyways. Coastal Auto Reaction, check it out. CAR, the car guys. So, Big Easy will love this one. So I pull into the TA today to get fuel in Lake Station, Indiana, also to get something to eat. They got the Popeye's chicken in there. Now I'm on my way home, so I figured I'd just grab me an 8-piece, get some fuel, fully fuel the rig since it's really cold out. I wanted full tanks, put an extra bunch of diesel treatment in there to make sure I don't freeze up. And I'm on my way home. I'm pulling into the truck stop, and in the truck stop is a half on the road, half in the truck stop is a truck that broke down. So I fuel up, and I drive around. I pull up to the driver, and I ask him, I says, hey, are you okay? He says, I ran out of fuel. And I'm wearing a woolly hat. And my woolly hat I bought off of Daily Driven Exotics, DDE. So I says, well, hey, if all you are is out of fuel, do you have any air to release your brakes? He says, yes. I said, okay, I'll pull up to your nose and I'll pull you up to the fuel pump so you can get fuel. He immediately recognized my hat and was like, hey, DDE fam. So while I was backing up Orwell to hook up to his truck and drag him up to the fuel pump, I gave him my handy cam so he can film me backing up to his truck. And immediately he takes the camera and starts vlogging and starts talking about Daily Driven Exotics, and it was cool how he met another fan. Now, Big Easy and me are not the only ones burnt by Damon Fryer, but I'm still a fan of the content and the channel. I'm not going to speak for Big Easy. I will speak for myself.
Hold on. Scotch, beer. He drinks both.
Johnny Walker. and some Miller Lite. Although
they're having
I think that's
arguments. They're having arguments in the comments.
Oh.
Well, like, what you drinking? I'm like, it's Miller Lite and Johnny Walker Red.
Johnny Walker Red, Miller Lite, and in a glass my son gave me. My other son. So, anyways, I thought it was kind of interesting that the guy recognized my DDE hat, which I normally don't wear when I'm filming, but I did that time because my other one was wet from being sweaty in it. But I thought that was kind of interesting, and Big Easy would know exactly what I'm talking about from Coastal Auto Reaction. Because they burnt him too.
Sorry, my buddy who watches the channel, buddy I would play video games with, he just popped in and he goes, "Hey, Beans," because that's what I go by.
Beans?
Yeah, I go by Beans.
Why Beans?
It's funny. People ask me. Beans.
Okay.
He goes by Sergeant Flannel.
It's probably even worse. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. The guy recognized my DDE hat, and he thought he seen my. That's the other thing too. It's becoming, it's increasing a lot, and I'm very happy with it. Believe me, the amount of people that see my truck and walk up to me and talk to me. Hey, I seen you on YouTube, and like literally people driving to work will see me pulling out of a truck stop, pull around my truck and stop me just to say hi. And I think that's cool. And back to the DDE story. Daily Driven Exotics is why I have a channel. I will not ever take that away from them. I have my channel because of Daily Driven Exotics. Back before they were really, really big, they pushed, doing what you like to do and film it and how to make a successful YouTube channel and so on. Not like I'm that really successful, but I'm doing pretty good, I guess. A lot better than I was when I started. But Daily Driven Exotics gave me the reason to push on and start my own channel, which is why I did that. And I actually met Damon and Dave at a Spade Rally meet and greet, and on camera told them that story and gave them like Starbucks gift card, and I actually took pictures of their cars to put in a magazine that I do work with, and I sent them pictures. I sent them that magazine, 2 copies of them actually, and I didn't even get nothing back, like a thank you or nothing. I thought that was kind of messed up. So, but modern day, I'll be honest with you, I think they got their heads just way too big. I don't think it's Dave, I think it's Damon, but me personally. But I'm never going to take away the fact that my channel is, I shouldn't say own my channel, but if it wasn't for Daily Driven Exotics, I wouldn't have started my own YouTube channel. But I just, I never in a million years ever want to become like that. I don't want to get to where I'm too good to like say hi to somebody who comes up to me and says hi. Like if I'm in a hurry, you kind of got to understand, this is a business. I have to get somewhere at a certain time. But man, I'll sit down and talk with anybody. I mean, my channel wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for you guys watching it. And that's how I feel. So Big Easy, he kind of has his own beef with it. I'll let Big Easy speak for himself on that. But yeah, Damon burnt Big Easy too. I'll leave it at that. It's up for Big Easy to talk about if he wants to. He can leave a comment if he likes. But yeah, but I would not have a channel, one for Damon Fryer. But that was the older Damon Fryer before his head was like too big to fit in a doorway.
So with the F-150, popcorn, my F-150 that I got from my grandfather. I haven't worked on it. The videos that you see are old. I haven't worked on it because I'm waiting on my mother to get the title. She has the original title that is titled to my grandfather's name on it. But the problem is, since he passed away, she has to go through the state of New Jersey to put it into the estate name to then give it to me, because what my grandfather did was he made it to where all this stuff would get sold and the money split evenly instead of like stuff being given to people. He decided to split money evenly after everything gets sold. So right now, and my mother gave me the truck instead of selling it, and so I'm waiting on her to get the title for transferred to the estate for it to be then gifted to me for it to then be titled in his name so I can then start working on and drive it legally in the state of Wisconsin. So I've been working on it, and for the question of what engine it has the inline 6 300, and it has a 4-speed manual transmission behind it.
So long story short, once my ex-wife decides to get off her ass and actually take care of the paperwork, we can title the truck. Until then, my only goal was to get it to move under its own power. And until then, it sits in storage, accruing costs for storage. Should anybody decide to renege on their decision to give it to Matthew, they can take their truck back when they pay up the storage fee on it. Or hand over the title like was promised.
Do you flip old cars?
That was the original plan for the channel. That was the original plan for the shop, was to buy cheap, rebuild, and sell out. We do have the Galaxy, the 65 Ford Galaxy still for sale, if anybody wants it, but it's not for sale as is. It would have to be sold once it's repaired and done up to the way the new owner would want. I have a video on that way back in the day. That was the original purpose. I'm probably starting to step away from that. Somebody commented about my phone number. I probably should do this, but it's on this shirt. It's on older vlogs back when the channel was based on the shop. The shop probably is not going to be doing any more work for other people. It's probably just going to be primarily YouTube and working on my trucks and whatever car projects we have. But there might be a day where we'll start working on other people's cars again. I'm not going to ever say no for what the future could hold. But as of now, that's done. We have to clear the projects that we do have. And right now we have Gene Lasker's Chevelle. We have a 69 Chevelle. So Lasker's is a 68 Chevelle. The other one is a 69 Chevelle. I'm not going to give out his name. And then the other one's a 98 Mustang, which is the car that's under the cover. I got to clear those out. Once I clear those out, maybe I'll stay taking on other work as far as working for other people. But the channel's doing pretty good, so I don't really see me doing other work, which was the original plan. You got to bear in mind, that whole shop was based on getting custody of him. So that was the primary purpose of that.
Big Easy was that's why it was vibrating. It was Big Easy texting you guys. Oh wait, your phone is the one filming.
Yeah, the phone. I'm filming with the phone, Big Easy. So you got a message. You got to send a thing here.
Oh, why can't you send super chat? Well, my dad hasn't set anything up for that. For like,
you know how to set that up?
Super chat is like basically.
I know what
okay,
super chat.
I don't know how to set it up. I'd have to look in your YouTube stuff.
I have to look, guys. When I first started the channel, I never really. I'm not the kind of guy to put my hand out and say, "Hey, can you pay me to send me a chat?" Maybe I'll turn super chats on because I'm not opposed to like putting money in my pocket, but I kind of feel like too many YouTubers are out there begging for money. That's not saying I mean, I guess it's a good business model, but too many of them are out there begging for money. It's just not really me. I bust my ass for a living, and I do pretty well. I mean, I live in a small apartment, and my girlfriend drives her Mercedes. Which, by the way, I got some comments. Someone was like, because the last video that dropped yesterday about Jen with the look what you're driving compared to my car, and someone was like, you're in a Mercedes, they're like a dime a dozen. Look, man, I had to bust my ass to be able to buy my girlfriend a Mercedes. Okay, that was pretty cool for me, like to be able to do that, and the fact that Jen, and this is something we don't talk about. In fact, we should talk about that.
Well, I was gonna ask a few questions. No. Okay.
Well, hang on.
What are we talking about?
Jen.
Oh. I'm gonna go get a pillow.
No. Stay right there.
I'm going to get a pillow. I'm getting uncomfortable.
What? What, are you gonna go to sleep?
No, I'm just uncomfortable.
Jen is one of the primary reasons that I have Matthew, meaning I have custody of Matthew. I got custody of Matthew his freshman year. And I'm not going to get into very big details of it, but his mother was extremely neglectful. One day I'm going to drop the best video
Oh, God.
ever. I own the road!
I own the road, so you gotta leave.
My ex-wife screaming and hollering outside the truck, screaming and hollering that she owns the road. That God forbid I drop off my son to visit his mother on the road that she lives off of. She's screaming and hollering she owns the road because, well, back in like the 30s, the property that she has included that road, but that was since sold off, and she thought she had the deed to the road. And meanwhile, I was dropping off my kid for visitation. So Matthew was severely neglected when he was with his mother, and me driving truck full time was why I didn't get custody of my sons when they were very young. And that's what the shop was for, to get me off the road full time so I could one day get custody of my sons. Well, then when I met Jen, she insisted that I start court proceedings on doing that. And for the cost of a Lamborghini Huracan used, I paid the lawyer over time and went to court, and the court saw things my way, and Matthew came to live with me right before his freshman year in high school. He's now a junior, going into the next year's senior year.
Next year's my senior year.
So you're in junior year in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But Jen was the primary wrong. Jen was the primary pusher to push me ahead to do that, because I was driving truck half the time, working the shop the other half. And that's how we got where we are, was the shop and Jen. So when I got my credit good enough to where I could buy a 4-year-old Mercedes with very low miles, I gave that car to Jen. I drive a beat-ass 64 Chevy. Matt drives a 98 Dodge. And Jen drives a 2014 Mercedes C300. Yes, I know in Mercedes world, the C300 is like the Honda Civic. But it's still a black Mercedes, which is beyond what Jen ever thought she would ever drive. And that's why I bought the Mercedes for Jen. And that's how I got custody of Matthew. So there's a lot more to Jen than meets the eye. There's a lot more.
So I was reading chat. Did you mention what caused her to want to get me? Did you see what happened? Yeah. So did you?
I didn't.
Okay.
No, I did not.
I'll get into it because it's my business, and I'm fine with telling it.
I could tell a story.
I'm
not too much.
I know. I'm a very emotional person. I do cry a lot for being older, and I was younger then. I don't cry as much. I don't think so, but he could tell you otherwise, or whatever. But it was the summer that she came up. One summer that I came up, and
Matthew came up every summer for 8 months straight, mind you.
8 years. I would
8 years in a row.
I'd come up every summer, spend the 3 months. I'd go back home when school started.
And he ran the road with me on the summer, and he went back to his mother so the full summers for 8 straight years he came with me. Year 9 he came with me, and Jen was here. And then Matthew went back to his mom, and Matthew cried.
I always
a
did.
lot.
I always cried going back home because I'm a daddy's boy, or however you want to say it. I've always been attached to him. I was never attached to my mother. I always loved doing stuff with my dad because he always spent time with me. He always did stuff with me and my brother. He always
My
had
ex-wife
fun.
was very neglectful of both of my sons. I'll leave it at that. I'm not on the channel to badmouth my ex-wife, but she was very neglectful to both of my sons. I did not get custody of my oldest son in time before he moved out, but he moved out, and he's very successful in life right now. But I had a major part in their lives, despite the fact I was an over-the-road truck driver. Most people don't realize that during the Great Recession, started in 2008, I lived in my truck. I was homeless. I literally, not technically homeless, I guess, but I stayed at my parents' house, and I drove truck. And when I came home, I grabbed my kids, and I went to my parents' house in New Jersey. And we spent family time there. But Jen saw how Matthew didn't see his mom for 3 months during summer, and was bawling his eyes out. He did not want to go back home. All he wanted to do was stay with me and Jen here in Wisconsin. And of course he couldn't. And Jen never saw a kid cry to have to be going back to his mother. She never saw that. So after she endured seeing this, and literally he cried when we dropped him off in my 78 Cougar that at that point ran. Jen just couldn't believe it. So we put our heads together, and I got with my parents, who also lended me a considerable amount of cash to pay for the lawyers. They basically guaranteed that I would never run out of money when it came to the lawyers, and said, do what you got to do, get the kid. And Jen was the biggest one to push that. So there's a lot more to Jen than what you see. She's a lot more than just my girlfriend. She's a lot more than just Matt's stepmom. And she's a lot more than just some bitch from Philly who thinks she's hot shit because she's got a Mercedes. I busted my ass to buy that Mercedes. I could have bought a Hellcat, but I bought her car because she helped me save my son. And that's about as much as on that subject I really want to speak on.
That's good. Yeah.
Sweet.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too. You're a good boy. You just got a mouth on you too much.
Yeah. You always say if I use this brain of mine, I'd be dangerous.
Oh yeah. Hey, he's like a 17-year-old. He got a mouth towards his father. That's all right. I own all his vehicles.
Yeah, I agree with these people. All right, let's go back to Orwell and Wheels.
There we go.
All right, good transfer. Turn, as you like to say, turn the page. You can see in the videos that your son has so much respect for. Keep up the good work. Watching from Manchester, England.
Oh, if you only saw what I edited out. Nah, he's a good kid.
Matt, do you plan on getting a CDL? I don't. I don't plan on going to the trucking career. He has always pushed me and my brother away from it. For the fact is, growing up with him, growing up around.
It's a rough
my
life.
father,
If you can
it's
make
rough.
a better living doing something else, do it.
It was also the fact that he's not always. If I was a father, I wouldn't always be home for my kids, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to put my kids through that. So I plan on going to the Navy and doing that, and getting out of the Navy and going into another career. I'm more of a technical person. I like doing hands-on stuff, welding, building things, mechanical minded. I'm big into that stuff. So I was planning on following my brother to a point into the Navy. So that's what I was planning on doing instead of getting a CDL. So yeah.
There you go.
Be a fabricator, work on stuff.
Oh, he's good at that.
And make it cool. Yeah, I love fabricating. It's always fun.
Well, it's my fault he gets in trouble in high school for his welding class.
Oh yeah. So my teacher, in my metals class, she was always like, "You gotta wear your helmet. You gotta wear the gloves, the apron." I'm over here non-glove, nothing on, straight up. I have to if there's no helmets available because everyone else got one, I'm doing an eyes closed weld because I want to weld. There's no helmets.
So he gets in trouble.
And I
so
get yelled
his
at.
teacher's literally like yelling, not yelling at me, but literally he's like, man, I almost wish you didn't teach your kid how to weld. I go, why is that? Because he don't listen to any of the safety protocols. And I'm just like,
Well,
whatever.
whoops.
I got a decent welding helmet. I've gotten sunburned many times from welding. If you weld a lot, the UV will give you sunburn.
Do you think it's important to listen to anyone ever, how the homeless guy under the bridge, because it might know something you don't? You read that.
I was never a homeless guy under the bridge. Where was this at? Do you think it's important to listen to anyone, even a homeless guy under the bridge, because he might know something you don't? I'll put it to you like this. You never know who's going to give you gems of information. I tend to think if somebody's homeless under a bridge, they probably made really bad choices in their life to put them under a bridge. I refer to that as my homeless years because I still had the money to take a travel trailer to Florida going camping rather than pay rent in an apartment like I'm sitting in now. But I did that for my sons. But those are choices I made. Granted, I drove truck for a living, so I always had a place to sleep. I had a sleeper on a 379 Peterbilt, so there's people that don't even have that.
How do you know?
But I do tend to think people living at Kensington Avenue have more of a substance abuse problem than they do have a lack of home problem. It's just crack is expensive and apartments are cheap. So, if you're buying crack more than apartments, you might wind up smoking crack under a bridge.
All right, well, see you later, Big Easy. He's heading
How
out.
big is he's bouncing out?
Yeah, he's bouncing out.
I'll check your text after I get through with this. Hope I didn't.
84 minutes so far.
Okay.
Keeping the same amount of views.
Hope I didn't stir up too much shit for him.
How do you not know how to air up a tire and being a guy? That's just, like you said, pathetic.
What are you talking about?
It's encouraging seeing a kid like you, Matt. I have a niece who's 20-something. A boyfriend recently didn't know how to air up a tire. Pathetic.
That's the modern age, man. That's terrible, but that's the modern age. That's the pay someone else to do it mentality.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, I'm scroll up and read some questions. Hey guys, just type in the chat some questions for us. What's the story about Popeye's Chicken? Do they sponsor you? New subscribers started watching 2 weeks ago. Great channel.
Popeye's chicken. No, it's just, it's simple, easy, and fast. In other words, you can eat it in your truck. I like the chicken. It's easy and fast. It's also convenient, especially now during most places won't let you sit inside and eat. So you get what I usually do is I'll get like a 12 or a 16 piece, and I'll sit in the truck and I'll eat some, and I'll eat the rest later. So it's good for now. It's good for leftovers. I guess that's probably the easiest way to say it. They don't put KFCs in truck stops, so it's Popeyes. If there was KFCs, I'd eat them too.
Finger licking good? Question mark.
That's KFC.
All teenagers have a mouth. My teenager does. HT.
I guarantee you I did when I was his age too, believe me.
Fabrication in the Navy.
Ask my mother, she'll tell you. One of these days I ought to do a live with my mom.
I was an electrician in the Navy.
Nice.
Matt, could you imagine if I ever did a live with Grandma?
You should next time you go out
Oh,
there.
I absolutely
You have
to.
You have to.
Next time I go to Jersey, see my mom, which might be coming up fairly soon.
What was the truck you learned? What was the truck your dad learned to drive in?
What, driving, like tractor trailer?
Yeah. I assume so. Just as truck.
When I first started driving under a trainer after I went through CDL school you'll love this one. The rest of the story, not this part. Hey, I'll tell the first part last.
Okay.
My first paid job, I was with a trainer for Cannon Express out at Springdale, Arkansas. And I don't remember the model of the truck, but it was an International. And the trainer trucks had the integral sleepers, and the regular trucks had the detached sleeper with the boot between the sleeper and the cab. But this was an integral cab, and that's the first truck I drove where I actually got paid to drive it, was when I was with a trainer with Cannon Express. But I went through trucking school, CDL school at Smith & Solomon in Edison, New Jersey. And the truck I drove the most was a truck they affectionately known as Leaning Lizzie. And could you guys guess? Leave a comment. Let Matt read them. Can you guess what kind of truck Leaning Lizzie was? And the first time I drove a truck like by myself was straight line backing in a truck they nicknamed Leaning Lizzie because the thing leaned over. It had a broken spring or something. Did straight line backing, and then that was my favorite truck of all to drive. At Smith & Solomon in Edison, New Jersey, in I guess it was early 1998.
Freightliner.
No.
There it is, guys. Not Freightliner. Choose again. Old Mac.
Mm-mm.
Old Ford.
Mm-mm. You guys are going the wrong way. I don't know the year, but I do know the make and model. It was my favorite truck. Coincidentally enough, I should just gave it away.
International.
No, they had
Volvo.
No.
Peterbilt.
Yes.
Kenworth.
I said Peterbilt.
Oh,
yes.
Peterbilt. Levi Buggs. Ding, 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 ding. You win nothing. Sorry, I had to steal that from someone.
I should be like Whistling Diesel. You pay full price, you get a shirt. You win a free shirt for the full price of a shirt. Yeah, no giveaway here. Was it P362, just like Orwell? And they named it Lean and Lizzie. Of all trucks, right?
362 Peterbilt?
That's exactly what it was. 362 Peterbilt. I have no idea what engine was in it or whatever.
Good job, Road Train.
But it was the 362 Peterbilt that I trained on a Smith & Solomon. And then when we actually took the road test, we were in a Freightliner. I think they were FLBs. They were cab-over Freightliners, but the big, tall condo Freightliner. They had like didn't have the big stick shifter like Orwell has. Had like the short little fighter jet stick for a shifter. I think they were FLB Freightliners. That's what we took our road test on. That was kind of interesting. They were the condo Freightliner cab-overs. Like, I think J.B. Hunt used to drive those.
Alright, since you're a trucker, what's your favorite trucking movie? Maximum Overdrive or Duel?
Oh, I like Maximum Overdrive a lot.
Maximum Overdrive is so good.
Maximum Overdrive was the shit.
God.
I remember that. That truck was cool. Now, what was the Green Goblin truck?
I don't remember, but I know it had a Detroit diesel in it.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It had a Detroit, and it was very.
Buzzin' Dozen one. No, wasn't
wait.
it V8?
I doubt it was a Buzzin' Dozen.
Oh, sad.
So, you guys, Maximum Overdrive. Forgive the scotch with my slurring. The Green Goblin truck. What kind of truck was it? Start answering. Let's see.
Do you like
I know what
Smokey
it
and the Bandit? Well,
Yes. Who doesn't like Smokey and the Bandit?
are you considering just Smokey and the Bandit the first one, or like all three?
I barely remember the other two.
One of them he was
One of them they were
transporting
hauling an
elephant.
elephant. I never saw three. I don't think I ever saw three.
Kenworth W900.
No. It was not a cake.
Western Star.
Yeah, it was a Western Star. And they are very hard to find nowadays.
Western Star 4700.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
don't know about the 4700. It was a Western Star. I always thought it was Kenworth for many, many years. Till finally I started looking closely. Yeah, it was a Western Star. It looked like a Kenworth. Now it was a Western Star. Shame what happened to Western Star.
Older trucks. Do you like older trucks better than newer trucks?
For the most part. I think if you're looking, all right, let me put it like this. There's trucks that look cool, but are probably your dogs. And the trucks are really, really great that may not be the best looking truck, but it will make you a lot of money and still look good. Probably, I'll be honest with you, in my opinion, but better than Orwell. The best truck ever built was my buddy Bino's truck. It was a 2017 389 Peterbilt Fitzgerald glider with a 60 series Detroit. This thing, it was alien green, was flat top, had the big straight stacks on it. It looked beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful, gorgeous truck. And a 60 series Detroit in it, 1993 model year engine, was a Fitzgerald glider. And this thing got consistent, loaded, heavy, light, didn't matter. Consistent 7 miles a gallon in a brand new Peterbilt body. That truck would make you money. And Bino got out of trucking, long haul trucking, and sold it. So whoever owns that truck has a money maker in their hand, no doubt about it.
older trucks have no. Older trucks have more personality. The new stuff is all just modern cars, all the same and boring.
I agree. I agree with that.
Look at it.
Orwell is not the most efficient truck on planet Earth. It is not the most comfortable truck on planet Earth either. I'm a big dude, okay? I weigh about 270. I stand 6 feet tall. And I had to learn how to get dressed laying down, okay? It's not the most comfortable ride on planet Earth. It is not the easiest truck to deal with as far as like living or dealing with the sleeper and so forth. There's nowhere you can stand in it. If you're going to stand up, you have to stand outside. One of the videos coming up, I'm going to edit for you guys. I had to change clothes in a porta-john. I mean, you don't see any of that, but all of a sudden I go from covered head to toe in mud to not covered head to toe in mud because I had to get dressed in a porta-john or changed in a porta-john. I was going to lay in my bed covered in mud and change clothes. So older trucks could be a little bit of a issue, but I think they're the nicer looking trucks. I think if you have a paid off older truck versus a newer truck you're paying for, even if the older truck has higher maintenance costs, I think you spend less money with the older truck, but it's hard to get into an older paid off truck first. Some can, but most don't.
What does Orwell get for fuel mileage?
Around 5. 5, that's about it.
What's the funniest thing you've seen while trucking?
Yeah, that was earlier. I don't know if that was funny, but...
Well, because people tune in new
Yeah, I
and
know.
they're going to ask me questions.
No, I get it. Funniest thing seen trucking. The first thing I think I was like, wait, what? Was like this dude on 287 in New Jersey decided to show me his Johnson. Which, if you're a chick, want to show me, that's cool. But I want to see some dude's Johnson. Dude, your shortcomings or my shortcomings are not anybody else's business.
6V92. 91 Western Star 6V92. I guess they're still talking about the Green Goblin.
That could not be a 91. When did that movie come out?
What?
I'd be surprised if that was only a 6 V92 in that truck. Maximum overdrive. Just looking away here. No way that was a 91. That movie had to come out in the 80s.
I gotta find out when was it made? 86.
86. It
Release
could not
date
have been a 91. A 91.
I don't know if that's
Star.
what they're referring to as 91.
We'll look up what
81.
All right, we'll look up what the truck was. Real quick, just so because I know it's a Western Star, but I don't know exactly what truck. So since I asked, I guess I owed him an answer.
True. Yeah, Dad.
Come on, we got dead air here.
All right, mister. Why don't you do this then?
Hand it over.
Tim recently used a happy truck in Stephen King's 86 film, which was...
what was the truck?
I know, I'm trying to figure out...
Come on, Stunat. Hit the button and figure it out.
What truck was in... It's an 81 white Western Star 5800 semi-trailer.
1981
yeah.
white Western Star.
4800.
Because remember, right, if you look at the steering wheel, it says white on the horn button, if I remember correctly.
It's a white Western Star 4800 semi-trailer.
Okay. All right.
That's what it is.
81 Western Star white.
I
think it said white on the horn button. All right, go back to me.
All right, true.
Yeah. Me, back to me.
All right.
Back
I
to
saw
me.
something about lot lizards.
What about lot lizards? I don't want to.
Are lot lizards real?
Not no more. That's a thing of the past.
Why do cattle haulers always have tricked out trucks?
I'm assuming because that shit pays. I mean, you can't afford a tricked out truck if you don't make no money. I never hauled cattle, but I'm going to assume it pays. Pretty good.
What do you think of straight piped black painted 2004 Peterbilt 389 with cat engine?
$389 in 04?
I guess.
I'm not sure about that. I think 04 was still $379. I could be correct. I could stand corrected on that. I'm not sure. I think in 04 it was still $379. $389 is what Beano had.
Yeah.
Well, no, $379 went for 20 years. Was it 20 or 25? The first year was 87, 97, 07. 04 would have been $379 for sure.
Do flat deck drivers look down on everyone else?
We look down on the cars because we're taller. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure meaning
I can
flatbed
speak.
haulers.
I'll tell you what. I can speak for me, right? Everybody has their own niche in the trucking industry. I don't look down on anybody. Everybody's out here grinding a living. I mean, there's probably guys with brand new Peterbilts driving past me, looking down at me. There's a lot of people giving me the thumbs up, but I guarantee you, a lot of people drive past me and like, look at that broke ass container hauling bitch. Who the hell knows? I don't look down on nobody. Look, if you're working for a living, you're my kind of people. I don't care who you are.
389 came out in 06 is what I just...
Right, so it wouldn't be an 04. It'd be still though. I mean, that sounds like a pretty cool spec though. The one spec I always thought was cool as hell was the low to the ground, flat top sleeper, big long hood Peterbilt with the tall stacks, like the stacks that hit every bit of 13'6" with the short cab, short sleeper, but the big tall stacks. I always thought that look would look awesome. A buddy of mine's, Cam Holtz, used to have. Remember that 379 he had, that black and silver one, flat top, stretched out sucker. Remember that truck? Yeah. Big tall pipes on that puppy. Flat top, big tall stacks.
Cracker Jack box. Do you know what that is?
I absolutely. I'm talking about a GMC Cracker box.
Have you ever known someone?
I never drove one though.
Have you ever known someone that drove a Cracker Jack box cab over?
I know a guy that owns one wants to sell it.
Why did you buy it?
The 6V71 ready to go in it, brand new, not brand new, reconditioned 6V71 to go in it. It's a Cracker box with a sleeper. I don't know the year. My buddy Josh is selling it. Done Right Customs. Look that up. I could probably figure it out. But yeah, I don't know if he sold it already, but no, he's looking to sell it. He started working on it for somebody I know, and I don't think they really wanted to finish it, or decided not to finish it. But yeah, he's selling one.
He also says the difference between you guys and Damon is you and him are the same off camera, but not him.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Who said that? Big Easy.
All right, Big Easy. All right, Big Easy. Here's the thing.
Here's what he said. If you want to read the whole.
Yeah, I'll read the whole thing. I like. Oh, by the way, I'll give Big Easy a plug here. Coastal Auto Reaction, the car guys. Okay, look him up, subscribe, check his channel out. If you don't like his content, I don't know what to tell you. He's a great dude. Okay, he lives up there in Vancouver, British Columbia. He's a great dude. He's a big muscle car guy, big Mopar guy. If anything else, I mean, it's all they love is Mopar.
I like Mopar too.
And yeah, Big Easy helped us out with some problems with Matt's Dodge. Unfortunately, the parts are still stuck in customs. We haven't gotten them yet.
It's still at the border.
Still at the damn border. You probably think it's a pipe bomb. Because
yeah,
think about it. It's a tube with it's a crank position sensor, but it's a tube with a wire. I guess it looks like a bomb. But anyway, Big Easy sent us 2 crank position sensors, one brand new, one used. Matt's Dodge truck with the V10. Anyway, check out Coastal Auto Reaction. He's a hell of a guy. Got a good channel. Honestly, I think he deserves a lot more views and subscribers and so on than he's got. To be honest, I think that channel, and I'm not just saying that because I'm friends with him, but I honestly think he's got great content. I think his wife edits for him actually. I think his wife does his editing, and I think his production value is better than mine, to be honest. But yeah, check him out, especially if you're a Mopar guy. You got to check him out. So I'm reading his comment there. Steve, no worries, but we're going to agree. The main difference between you guys, like you and I and Damon, is we are on the same on and off camera, and he is not. Thanks for telling people to come and sub, brother. Absolutely. Well, see, here's the thing, right? One of the things that Damon Fryer had said, Damon Fryer from Daily Driven Exotics had said back when he used to do videos on how to make successful YouTube videos. And again, I may have a little beef with Damon Fryer because I put him in Exotic Automotive Magazine and I sent him copies of the magazine. And you think they at least send a thank you note? No, because for them it's competition. Big Easy over there with Coastal Auto Reaction, he makes a statement. It wasn't his; it was somebody else that gave it to him. But it's community, not competition. See, me and Big Easy, we don't compete. Me and other trucking channels, like Life Behind the Wheel, we're not in competition. I'd love to do a collab with the guy, but we don't compete. He does one thing, I do another. Some people compare me to Bruce Wilson. We're not in competition. If you're a Bruce Wilson subscriber, I'm glad to have you here. If you're a fan of mine, go find Bruce Wilson. Go find Daily Driven Exotics. Go find Coastal Auto Reaction. Go find these guys because there's plenty of time for you guys to watch our videos. I have opinions of other YouTubers out there, obviously, even if I don't particularly think that they're the best or have an attitude or think that because I didn't buy a Bugatti by age 28, I'm a loser. I'm not saying don't go check their channel out. I'm just saying I might not like the guy personally, but go check out his channel anyway. What do I care? You watch my stuff, you watch their stuff. Great, top notch. We're golden. So that's where we're coming from. But Daily Driven Exotics and Damon Fryer is why I have the channel. And one of the things, because he always put out there, film what you do. Do what you do and film it. And do what you can repeat over and over again. Meaning, don't become a character for on camera and when it's really not who you are. So that's one of the advice that Damon Fryer gave, was to do what you can duplicate. Well, I don't have to do what I can duplicate if I'm just myself. See, who I am on camera and who I am off camera is the exact same person. You're not going to meet me on the road and find me to be like somebody else, talking differently, with a different attitude, a different accent. Look, I'm a few scotches deep. You guys watch me drinking here. If this ain't the truth, you ain't going to get it. So that's what Damon used to talk about a lot before he got his head so big he can't fit through a friggin' door. So I'll never take that away from Damon. I just think his head's too big. But beyond that, and he ought to be thankful and grateful for people that try to hook him up and be decent to the guy. But beyond that, But that's where Big Easy's coming from. I'm the same person on camera as I am off camera. So if you see me in a truck stop, come up to me and say hi. Shake my hand. I'll be glad to shake it. If you're scared of COVID, step away and I'll say hi from a distance. Whatever. You see my truck? Take pictures of it. I'll take pictures of you with my truck, if that's your thing. See, to me, my truck and my shop, it's just another Peterbilt in another garage, to be honest. It's special to me. If it's special to you guys as an audience, great. I'm grateful for that. Believe me, the YouTube channel is about making money. And if I can put some extra money in my pocket, help out Matt, do a couple extra things for Matt, do a couple extra things for Jen, do a couple things extra for me, that's great. I mean, it's about a business all in all. But to be honest, I'm the same guy I am right now as I am if you meet me at the truck stop. Come shake my hand. Come say hi. Take pictures. I'll take a picture with your phone with you with my truck. If I can find somebody else, take a picture with me and you with the truck. No problem. I'll take the time. If I'm in a hurry, I'll always take some time. And if I'm in a hurry, I'll say, hey, I gotta go, but great to meet you. I've had a lot of guys come up to me and meet me this week alone, and that's an amazing thing for me. Believe me. Look, I'm just some gavone from New Jersey. I'm nobody special. But people walk up to me and say, hey man, I like your videos, I like your truck, blah blah blah. Man, I'm honored because I'm just the average douchebag from Jersey. You know, I mean, I'm nobody fancy. Would I love to own a Lamborghini Huracan like the one Damon built his channel with? Absolutely. That's my goal. I told Randy Savage of Savage Garage that. I saw the perfect car. I wish I had the money. But one day maybe I'll buy a Huracan. Maybe you guys can help out with that, watching my videos. That's how I see it. Oh yeah, I have a goal to have a nicer crib and buy a Lambo for me, just to have, because I like the car. I got a friend of mine, Nick. He owns one of those cars. He owns a Lambo Huracan. He also owns an SLS Mercedes and a G63 AMG. He's what most people would call as rich. I think he's a working class stiff, busting his ass trying to make a dollar. He makes better moves than I do. He's an immigrant from Romania, now American citizen, busting his ass, making his money, doing great. He's an inspiration to me. My other buddy Dave with that Ferrari 348 TS, love the guy to death. Apparently he and I, his wife and I, politics don't agree, and he can't be my friend on Facebook no more because I think his wife told him no. Funny thing is, she still is. But my buddy Dave, he's an inspiration to me. He's an older guy. He's like my dad's age. He's a big Ferrari guy. These guys are inspirations, not they're not somebody that they don't look down on me at all. They look at me like equals, and that's awesome. I think that's awesome. So, no, I going back to the whole Damon Fryer thing. No, I don't look down on anybody like that, man. If you're busting your ass off to earn a living, you're my people. You're my kind of person. We'll get along just fine. Well, apparently my producer's in the bathroom, so I got to read my own questions now. What?
We got Jim Fuchs.
Huh?
Jim Fuchs.
Oh, Jim Fuchs. Nah, never mind.
About your bike than his cars.
Yeah, he's another big guy. He's got some really badass cars. And when I go to Dave's party, he wants to talk his Ferrari. I'd rather talk about his Ferrari. He'd rather talk about my Harley. Funny how that works. I'm trying to read here. Diesel wrench. Love the old cab over. Gray Oaky H. The way I see it, so-called working class newbies are some of the best people in society. Hey man, if you're grinding it out, working for a living, you're my kind of people. Welcome. 70 El Camino. Where's my beer? Probably right next to my scotch, brother. I work at Final the Hedgehog. I work at McDonald's, so life is good, but you can't come through my drive-thru only. I don't think I'll fit through your drive-thru unless I come in with Jen's car or my 64 Chevy.
Or my truck.
Or Mr. Beefy, Matt's truck. Oh, I wouldn't mind borrowing Nick's Lambo, but
No.
I ain't even gonna ask to drive that car. But I'd love to get a ride in that thing one day. I really love to drive it, but I doubt it'll let me do it. Now my other buddy Rob, he let me drive his Porsche, and they did a 2-part video with that. So you gotta look back and find that video. Horse feathers. Oh, horse feathers. What do you? Oh, that's right. Steve ain't on the air today. Do you feel? Stop moving, damn it. Do you feel like life has turned into Truman Show being on YouTube? No, not really. What little it has turned into, quote, the Truman Show, is truly up to me. Right now, I'm just home drinking, so usually I try to cut these lives short, except for Steve's opening day with Steve Summers' overnight trucking show. I usually try to cut these lives short, but nah, I'm cool with it. And look, if you guys don't mind watching me sitting here drinking, that's cool. Horse Feathers, he calls into that Steve Summers show regularly. Usually quite early, in fact. Me and Horse Feathers got to get together because he's got some cool ass trucks too. He's got a 359 Peterbilt that he uses as a rollback to haul antique John Deere tractors. He sent me a photo of, or a video of. Get this, with that John Deere tractor, he's got to start a gas engine to use as a starter to fire the diesel engine in that John Deere tractor. I don't know crap about farm tractors. I grew up in New Jersey. What the hell I know about farm tractors? Except we haul them and you see how it gets complicated and confusing trying to get them moving and loading them. But it's good content for you guys.
Not going there.
Yeah, one of these days I got to do a video with Horse Feathers with that truck and that tractor. He's got a Detroit in that tractor too. The Peterbilt, that is. Oh, Matt's getting that model.
Speaking of Dave, the Christmas of 2019, out of the kindness of his heart, he decides to send me something using his own money. I don't know how much it would cost for one of these, but I don't know, still. A kid that he met from a car show, from some buddies, for me trying to hustle him and try to sell him some...
Hold that thought. Go way back in my videos. You'll see pictures of this car show. This was Motorama at the Rest Center up here in Green Bay, when I met Dave and Nick and my other buddy Matt, who owns the DeLorean. So I have video of all this when we all met. I didn't realize we'd all become pretty good friends after that, but they had an upcoming they had a magazine, an automotive magazine for exotic cars they were trying to get up, and they saw I had a YouTube channel, so it worked for cross promotion, but also we all became good friends. So
all from me trying to sell him some raffle tickets to win a motorcycle that my school built during Auto Club. Now, I met him, we all got along, they were really nice, and so Dave decides to invite us to his May party. He throws a party once a year in May. He did it this year because the whole, I'm not going to say it, the flu.
Yeah, COVID. You don't get demonetized for that anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, and so he decides, out of kindness of his heart, in the Christmas of 2019, to send me a Christmas present of his car. That's a model of his Ferrari. He sent that to me out of the kindness of his heart. Just, I'm gonna send this nice young man a really nice model. It's really nice of him, and I like talking to him.
Yeah, Dave's
He's
a good
nice.
dude.
He's a really good dude.
Dave's an older guy. He's retired. He's in his 70s, so he's gotta watch his ass when it comes to the COVID. But yeah, it's just sad. His wife don't like my political opinions, so he had to drop me off Facebook. But whatever, it is what it is. But I still like the guy. He's a good dude. I see here. Oh, my buddy Matt. Speaking of Back to the Future, there, Final the Hedgehog. My buddy Matt has a DeLorean that's done exactly like Back to the Future. So check out that older video.
And he made it perfectly to where nothing that is on the vehicle that makes it look like it damaged the actual body panel. So it's it doesn't like
Any holes in it.
drills no holes. So if he takes it all off and puts some
The
like
car could easily be brought back to stock without any holes.
Well, I'll take my producing laptop back.
Has anyone told you I resemble Vern Troyer? Yeah, I've heard that before. Somebody says I look like a fat Italian voice Vin Diesel. Basically, I have the voice of Tony Soprano with the fat body of Vin Diesel if he had an alcohol problem.
Ow. Damn. Okay. That is straight to the point and harsh.
There you go.
What's up with that one dislike? Man, who's that one hater?
A hater. It might be one of my ex-girlfriends.
No, probably was the guy that kept spamming stuff in the chat. I was like, can you just stop? The guy that was
Aloha
trying to
from
get...
Hawaii. We were just out there between
Let me
Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, I asked him what island he's on. He's on Oahu.
Yeah, he probably called me. There was somebody that called me. By the way, I'm not trying to be a dick, but if you could figure, look, I'm not exactly hiding my phone number because earlier vlogs I was pushing the shop. I'm not trying to be a dick, but if you call me, don't expect me to answer because nowadays the phone rings. I don't answer like weird numbers unless I know it's or expecting a call. My older son lives on Hawaii. That's the only reason why I answered that one call. He knows who he is. It was pretty cool talking to him. Don't get me wrong, but don't just call me to say hi. Shoot me an email or something. That's cool. Reach out to me on Instagram or something, which is FSC_speed_shop. By the way, somebody made a video. Did you see that on Jen's channel?
Jen's channel?
It's on my Instagram. I don't know if you can pick it up on that. You can't play it loud because it'll kick it. Because I don't know if the music is on. Can you get my Instagram on that?
Yes, I can.
Play it lowly. So
Is it on your
on my Instagram? Dude, tag me in it, okay? He took, which by the way, he cropped out my watermark, which probably isn't really cool, but I don't make any money on Instagram, so let it eat. So dude tagged me on Instagram. He took a video.
I don't remember what the Instagram is.
FSC_speed_shop. So dude tagged me in it, right? He made a video from a song from Upchurch, Outlawed by Upchurch, and he tagged me in it, and he took a video from the first time me, you, and Jen used the Mercedes for a camera car with the one striker going to a Navy base in Africa.
Yeah.
He tagged me in it and he phased it with the first 1 minute from Outlaw by Upchurch. It was a pretty cool video. I thought he did pretty awesome with it.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, the one with me.
Play it low so it doesn't.
In my earbuds.
Yeah, play it in your earbuds. But yeah, he tagged me in this. It was pretty badass. But watch the video. Like, you see how he cropped it so the watermark is gone? Like, yo, if anybody's gonna use my stuff on Instagram, do me a favor. Don't crop out my watermark, right? Just give me the credit that I'm the one that filmed it, and then do what you want with it. You know, I mean, I guess technically somebody might complain about it, but I'm not gonna. But just don't crop out my watermark. Give me the credit somewhere. Even if you remixed it, put different music to it. Like, this guy did an awesome job. You gotta wait for the beginning of it.
I did. I'll rewind it.
You can restart it. I don't know how to do that on the phone.
You just gotta click out and click.
You see where it starts off? It sounds like shell casings hitting the ground. It's like, where are the outlaws? So yeah, it was pretty cool.
I still love that scene of me with the phone on the bridge.
Yeah. Well, play the whole thing because look at how he listen to where he puts me in with the words. It's pretty badass. There's that BMW cutting me off. I don't know if Upchurch is on Epidemic Sound. So I can't play it for you guys if he's not. But show him quick when you're done watching it. Show him which video it came from. And then see who made it and give him a shout out. So I think whoever made that video did a badass job. He reached out to me, private message. He did a pretty good job with it. I said it was cool as shit. I thought it was cool. So I'm like, let that go, you know. But all I'm saying, if you guys do take my videos and repurpose it for like your Instagrams or whatever and put different music behind it, that's cool. Right. Just make sure you give me the shout out that, you know, it's my video. You know, that's all I ask. Other than that, let it eat, man.
Ever deliver Eversville, Indiana? Eversville?
Maybe.
Evansville?
Maybe not. I don't know. Nothing recent.
Bridge shot was awesome. Even he went to it and was watching it.
Oh yeah, you see what I was talking about? That?
He had to have if he said
That was
Bridge shot
Matt with a
awesome.
crappy cell phone that later on I destroyed because he got too mouthy.
Shut up. I'm gonna hurt you.
So play the video, show the video, don't play the audio, but show the video on camera so they see what video I'm talking about.
Here's what I'll do. Take this.
And if you can, find out who made the video. So give him a shout out because I thought he did pretty good. I thought he did real good with it. And I love the song too. I never heard of that band, Upchurch. I like that. I love that song.
We'll see. Now if I go here and I paste that in, does that bring me to the video? Sweet, okay. Cool. I'm just gonna put the URL in.
No, play it.
I'm going to let them view it themselves.
Okay, but play it for the video too. Like
that's gonna be horrible. Just let me do my thing.
Whose channel is this? Do what I told you. Like I say, it's a Monty 17-year-old. Do what I told you. You can put the URL, but also spin it around for those that don't want to be bothered. Do both. So go over to the camera and press play.
You realize how bad looking?
Yes, I do. I gotta pour me some more scotch and get another beer while you're doing that. Thank you.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
Polish. Not
I beg to differ.
What are you doing? Where's your YouTube channel there, 1T Matt?
Shut up, Dad.
Oh, I wouldn't even know to say.
You know how bad this looks?
Matt's YouTube channel based on me.
No, it's all good, Dad. I'm literally holding my computer in tablet mode with the video. This is the stupidest thing ever.
It's a YouTube channel based on me. It can't be that good.
It is, Dad. You had 300 people watching you wash your truck.
I do remember back when I literally had like 50 subscribers. Now I got like 25,000.
Hey, since I'm doing this, can you give me a cup of milk, please?
Sure.
And thank you.
I'll do it. Thank you.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too.
And that's it. Okay. Now I go back to the original one.
Yeah, but find out who made that video and shout them out on the video.
Are you kidding me? I literally just closed it off.
Yeah. I thought dude did a good job. It's like LL something.
I have a 20-year-old that not any better. Lamau, just kidding. He's a great kid. They both are really. Time to take a cigarette break on the propane loading rack. I had a cup right there. You could.
Oh, man. I gotta go potty anyway.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. I didn't turn on the fan because we're recording.
Yeah, you good. Find more questions.
That's what I'm doing. Bikes or cars, in your opinion?
Bikes.
Bikes. I'll try to repeat it so they can hear you better. Bikes, man. Bikes, man. No discussion. Matt's right, lol. Ha! Big Easy said I was right about the stupid video on the video.
Whatever, it ain't enough time while I pour drinks.
Freightliner or Volvo?
Well, you always got to go Freightliner over twin screw Subaru.
Twin screw Subaru?
Yeah.
I want to know why that's a nickname for Volvo.
I don't know. It's just what I've always heard. I always got to go Freightliner over Volvo.
Man, either pissing or drinking.
Both.
Wait, you were pulling one in there?
No. I'm drinking here, peeing in there.
Matt, how long has it been? How long have you been backing up trailers? You seem like you know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Not much.
There's been-
It's just from watching him from years. One with the semi and
Dude,
two
I got a
watching
lot
him
of
for years.
comments on that video with you backing up the car trailer up to popcorn with Mr. Beefy.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of comments on that, on you backing that up.
Really?
No, let me tell you the story. Years ago, before
Oh,
I had this
really?
shop, when I had the old shop down in Fond du Lac, it was in a dirt parking lot, and at the time, I was dating somebody else, unfortunately, but it was what it was. And Matt, we had a go-kart. We still have it, actually.
Oh, I love that. It was so
But-
much fun.
She didn't used to let Matt drive it at full speed like a maniac, because in case he got hurt, who was gonna take him to the hospital. But anyway, the point was that he figured out how to come around a corner and slide the car. He was drifting. He figured out he did this by himself. Nobody taught him how to drift, how to counter steer and all of that crap, right? So I came home after a week or so of running on the road, and Sean was on the road with me. My eldest son was on the road with me, and Matt had stayed home that week. We used to alternate back then when my oldest son was still kind of small. And Matt kind of just taught himself how to drift a go-kart. So he picks up on his stuff pretty quickly.
Because of course, she wasn't watching. What am I doing? Meow. Not put. I'm going meow. Well, she's not looking.
So if he could self-teach himself how to drift, basic instruction on how to back up a trailer is really all I had to do. After that, he may have to stop and think before he turns his wheel, but he still gets it right 9 out of 10 times. So what you saw in that video, him backing up that trailer up to that F-150, I was quite surprised that he did that, because I expected him to pull past the truck and then back up to it, not come all the way around the building and then make a 90-degree turn on his sight side with a trailer. I didn't expect that, but I didn't really exactly give him a lot of instruction either. So he's a natural when it comes to that. I hate to say it, but he's a natural at it.
But the thing is, it's a good idea for backing up trailers with normal cars before going to big rigs. I stated earlier, because this question comes up a lot. If I'm gonna get a CDL and follow my dad into trucking, I don't plan on it. I plan on going to the Navy and following my brother to a point when it comes to stuff like that, depending on where the Navy decides to throw me. I plan on doing stuff that's mechanical. I like fabrication. I love welding. I love building. I love hands-on working. I don't plan on becoming a truck driver like my dad, because I saw the struggle and what it does to families and how it affects children. Because I understand that, yes, it is good paying and if you're doing it right. But I don't want... Not saying what my dad did to me and my brother was bad. It taught us a lot.
You don't remember the days when your brother was young before you were born? Good pain in my ass. You learned how to starve to death and not die.
Yeah, it's just, I don't want to do that to my kids. I want to be there a lot for them. I don't want to have to deal with what my dad had to deal with. Because my mom did not help it at all. Especially once they got divorced.
Well,
I was one when they got divorced. So I grew up with them always being separated. And that did not help with my mom never letting...
If you choose a woman better than I did, you should do better.
Oh, yeah. Matthew was going to Guam. That's where my brother wanted to go, but he got stationed in Pearl.
Easy with you.
leaving.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Your brother doesn't want to be on the channel
Sorry.
that much.
Pineapple on pizza is everyone not on board with that? Any opinion on international trucks? Daily 7400 on now learned on an old farm truck 9760 CO.
I can't remember
960.
what that truck was that I drove for Cannon Express, other than it was an international. But I don't know the international models that much. I will tell you that my opinion of international as far as the cab overs go, was the older international Transtars. For whatever reason, I always thought those were the coolest looking bodies of cab over trucks out there. Traditionally, they weren't the most powerful, but they're pretty damn good looking trucks. I always thought they were beautiful trucks. As far as I don't remember, it was a 9400 or whatever. I don't remember that truck I drove for Canon. But that thing was neither here nor there.
Does anyone remember auto car trucks?
I remember auto cars, like a lot of like dump trucks were auto cars growing up and stuff. Like your R Model Max and stuff like that.
2 hours.
I think Horse Feathers, he commented earlier, he drives an auto car. Oh, it's a much newer one, but he drives an auto car.
I know what it's like being a trucker's son, and I said the same thing, Matt. I can't stand being away from my children. Just remember when backing up a trailer, going slow, you end up overcorrecting. What time is it for us? It's 12:22.
Yeah.
Been here for about 2 hours now.
How many people are on there?
100, 103,
103?
104. Come on, guys, bring up questions. Do you like Mac or models?
What?
I don't know. I'll highlight it. Oh, do you like Mac R models?
When I was a kid growing up, it seemed like every dump truck, every like vocational truck, pulling like excavators and stuff like that, or like I said, dump trucks, they were all Mac R models. There was just that traditional Mac truck look, the big square hood with the square fenders and a kind of rounded windshield looking cab. I grew up, that was like the normal truck. So I certainly thought that was a cool looking truck. You still see them around now. I mean, what does that tell you about those old trucks? They're still around today. Those things will never die. So you typing away over there.
Yes. Do you like Volvo trucks?
No.
What was it? Twin screw Subarus?
Twin screw Subaru. No, those things belong in Europe.
Big fan of your great videos with your wife and kid pulling the Striker. I have to ask a can of gray paint for brain's not working today. Sorry, English is my first language, still not good at it.
Oh, big fan of your great video with your wife and kid pulling this really striker, not a stringer or stinger. I have to ask a can of gray paint for the new for the rear wheel only costs $10, driving me crazy with the rusted rim.
We're keeping it. We're gonna change all of them to Alcoas. We're gonna get that one just rusty and stay.
Well, Chris Menominee, I probably said that way wrong.
That wheel is famous.
That rim's gonna stay until it's replaced with an Alcoa aluminum. That's just the way it is.
And even there, I think that rim should get hung up in the shop to be shown in every
If
vlog in
anything,
the shop.
I'll make a T-shirt all about that rim.
Yeah.
But no, that rim's staying until it's replaced. Because what's going to happen, here's the truth of it, right? If I just spray paint that rim, everybody's going to be on the comments, oh, what's the matter? You can't afford new aluminum rims? So see, no matter what I do, it's not going to work. And the haters are going to hate no matter what I do. So, no, I'm not. And I'm not putting aluminum rims on it in dead-ass winter when it's like 8 degrees outside, if even that. And they got more road salt on the road than in my salt shaker on my dinner table. No, I'm not doing that quite yet. That'll be coming up eventually come springtime. And I have to extend the wheel studs on the hubs to be able to do that safely. So, yeah, it'll be a little bit. But it will be done. Until then, haters could just keep hating that rim.
Well, road train, I am in school. Just today was canceled, and there's no school tomorrow. I go to school every day. I don't work at Bumgard anymore. I decided to go back to full-time school to help me with knowledge and getting to do better in the Navy or other careers I maybe choose in the future. Yeah, today was a weird day. I woke up, I look outside, because it snowed last night, and I'm like, and they let us out a little bit early yesterday because it was snowing. They let us out a half hour early for people who were driving to clear off your vehicle and get started and stuff. And so it was snowing last night, and then it stopped at like midnight, and it didn't snow since. So I look outside, I go, that ain't the road that hasn't snowed since. The roads are plowed. So I start my truck, wipe it off. Now, I don't get any emails or calls about school being closed. He was out on the road.
Why don't you get emails and
Well,
calls about school being canceled?
Number one, I don't have a phone, and number two, they never call the student.
Oh, so why do you not have a phone?
They just
Right.
quiet you. And so I'm gonna hurt you. And so
No,
Jen was sleeping,
no,
so she
you
didn't get a call. And so I wipe off my truck. And I'm looking outside. I'm like, school should be open. It's not that bad. It hasn't snowed anymore.
So he drives his ass all the way to
I
school.
drive myself to school. No one on the lot. Well, I guess it's canceled or 2-hour delay. So I go back home. I say, hey Jen. She's like just woke up. She's half asleep still. I go, school closed? I don't know.
So he
I
calls
called
me.
Dad. And he goes, oh yeah, school's closed. I thought Jen would have gotten something. And he's telling me, he goes, yeah, at 5:30 I got a call. Answer the phone. Who the hell's calling me at 5? Oh, it's a recorded.
Yeah.
Goober.
Yeah. So point is,
School should have
was
been
canceled because clearly he couldn't make it to school because you already did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. School was canceled. Bunch of damn snowflakes can't make it to school. Look, I can understand if 6 inches of snow fell in Jacksonville, Florida, but we're like not too far away from Green Bay, Wisconsin. There's no reason to close school for 6 inches of snow when you live in Wisconsin.
I can understand Florida, but
Right.
Wisconsin. You're used to it, people.
Exactly.
Cancel Christmas, kitchen's closed. You're all gonna die.
Somebody wrote that?
Nah, it's just me.
Oh, that is.
Would you drive Alaskan Ice Road?
If they'd have me. But I ain't doing it for free.
Matthew tells Steve to shut up, lol. Why don't you have a phone? On it too much. Dad got mad, smashed it.
That is not why I smashed it.
I'm not going to get into the full detail. I was on it too much. Just call it that.
No, you're on it too much and you got your mouth got a little bit bigger than your head.
And blame it on the phone.
Yeah,
Phone's fault. Corrupted the teenager.
exactly.
We had
Mouth got
snow
too
here in
big.
Texas that canceled school that day. Wow.
Yeah, but that's not
That's
Wisconsin.
Texas. Yeah, I get that. That's Texas.
I can understand Texas.
So
We live in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. It's like always cold, always snows.
I started my truck. It's at 21 degrees. I'm like, okay.
We're in the state for the world famous 1968 Ice Bowl. Okay.
Isn't that when like it was like so snowy they couldn't see
So
it?
the
then?
championship game leading to Super Bowl I with the Green Bay Packers with Bart Starr as quarterback. Legendary game.
I don't know. How about if you take the rusty old wheel on Orwell and move it around to different positions and keeps everyone on their toes?
It's too much like work. I'll have to like take it off and retorque all the lug nuts and all that
That's too
crap.
much.
F that.
Have you heard of the show Ice Road Truckers? Yes. It's kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's typical.
Our bottle Mac was very compact on the inside, hard to get around the cab with the driver's side to the passenger side, or if you were lucky enough to have a sleeper.
I didn't say it was a comfortable truck. I just said it was a cool looking, very typical truck that I grew up around. It seemed like every dump truck was made out of an R model Mac or an auto car. But yeah, I never drove one, so I couldn't imagine like how great or not great they were. But you know, they were what they were.
I have an idea. Hey Google! Someone was talking about Siri, so I'm like, oh wait, let me try that one. How did you get into trucking?
Well,
12:32.
that's a long story. Yeah, we're gonna bounce off of here in a minute. But that's a long story. But when I was a kid, we used to ride. Me and my mom used to ride up and down the Jersey Turnpike, take me out to Manhattan, and that had to do with the reason why I have no hair, which is alopecia. And you should see a lot of trucks on the turnpike all the time. I always liked trucks. I had a cousin that had like the first year that they ever made a Peterbilt 379 was after the 359, obviously. And a cousin of mine had a 379 Peterbilt. It had a Cummins in it. That's all I remember about it. It was flat top. Anyway, we used to ride up and down Turnpike all the time when I was a kid. And I always liked trucks. I don't know why. I always liked trucks since I was a little kid. So for me, driving a truck was like the ultimate of ultimates, you know. I mean, Optimus Prime of Transformers was a Peterbilt cab over, so you couldn't do any better than that, right? And a cousin of mine, when I was in grade school, bought a 379 Peterbilt, and man, I thought that was just the most awesome thing on planet Earth. He never gave me a ride in it, by the way. So let me look at it. There's pictures of me up in it and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of, I guess, where it started. I always thought trucks were cool. I always wanted a long hood Peterbilt all my life.
Autobots, roll out. I grew up in New Jersey like you, so our Model Max ruled the road back in the day.
That's all there
They
were.
weren't the fastest or the prettiest. Their claim to fame was they were tough as nails.
Oh, you couldn't kill these things. Like I said, to this day, they're still on the road, so, and they're commonplace. So when you see your Mack truck, you're looking at your R model.
I ain't no Mac. I'm a Peterbilt, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, but the point was, growing up, even to this day, you still see a lot of R models still on the road, and vocational types, you know, like dump trucks and garbage trucks and, you know, small tractors, you know, day cabs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They made so many of them things, and it had to be tough as nails. The fact that 40 years later they're still on the road. 40 years later, it's the quintessential Mack truck.
Macs are partnered with Volvo.
Nowadays, yeah, back then they
I
weren't.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you think loving trucks helps you enjoy your work?
Wait, I enjoy my work.
Well, that's your answer.
I mean, work's work. But I guess anything you work on, you're gonna have a dislike for it. But
All right, we're almost out of time. I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes. 12:45 sound good?
whatever.
What made you buy Orwell?
I had a 2001 Freightliner that had ELDs in it, and it was driving me up a friggin' wall. So, yeah. I decided that old school was better school, and I decided to go way old school because I feared that maybe one day they put a speed limiter on us too, federally mandated. But you can't do that to a mechanical engine, so I went way old school. Plus, also anybody with a mechanical engine, anybody that had an electronic engine, but 1999 or older, they knew what they had and they were holding on to it. So it was like when I was shopping around for trucks, when I sold my '01, it was like everything from 2000 and newer was available. Everything from 2000 to say like 89 ish, depending on electronic or mechanical, was very hard to find. Like anybody in that age range seemed to know what they have, and they weren't getting rid of it for anything. From 89 down, it started getting more easier to buy because you were still in mechanical engine range. So that's why I bought Orwell, because my real goal was just to get away from the emissions engines and the ELDs. Orwell was just the best truck for the money that I paid to buy it.
He refers to you as Cue Ball. Horse
What's that?
Feather says, "Hey Cue Ball, would you drive a school bus?"
Sure, just without the little bastards in the back.
Yeah, you drive the wheelie bus from Monster Garage.
Absolutely.
That's the school bus you
I
drive.
drive any school bus all day long, any day, just without them little bastards.
Apparently, Road Train. He's down in Australia, so it's 2:16 for him.
What, in the afternoon?
Don't know.
Probably.
2:06. Yeah, in the afternoon. Here's Saturday.
Mm.
Yikes.
Good time to be day drinking. I better call it a day.
What's it like being upside down? I'm sorry, I have to give an Australian joke. It's the common most joke is Australians are
Well,
just
you used
upside
to always
down.
say if you dig a hole straight down, you wind up digging a hole in China. In reality, you wind up in Australia, not China.
Yeah, no EGR, no E-logs, no death. Orwell's worth the weight in gold.
A lot of trucks are like that. You seeing a lot of guys dragging them old farm trucks out of the farm fields and back on the road. You're starting to see it.
RNW asks, do you ever see yourself driving a big rig with an automatic as you get older?
That's not a big rig. That's just a toy for a steering wheel holder to make a living.
Do you do heavy haul or do you haul other items?
Orwell's only a 3-axle tractor, so there's only so much I could put on it. The next truck's going to be a 4-axle tractor eventually. But yeah, I do see me one day doing heavy haul. That's kind of the basic plan for the future. But it will be with a different truck.
Automatic girls' trucks.
It's not a truck. I'm sorry, but if I can't control it, then it controls me, and I don't like it.
I mean,
It's equipment. You control the equipment you drive.
hey, I don't even drive. I don't drive big rig. I drive a manual in my truck. I love it.
You control it.
I love driving.
But
my
that's
truck.
the point. You control it.
Mhm.
Imagine if the truck argued with you.
Oh boy.
Right, that'd be a problem.
What's the difference between the steering wheel holder and a trucker. That's I don't know. One drives an
A
automatic.
trucker could drive anything. Put him behind the wheel of anything, he can drive it. The steering wheel holder, that's all he knows how to do is hold the steering wheel. Point, click.
How much did you get paid for your? How much did you pay for your cab over?
Enough.
I'm gonna translate that because I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Because
Control.
that's what I paid for equipment.
Let's just no. I'm a woman, and you aren't putting me in a truck with an automatic.
Who
Is
said
there
that?
what?
Who
Because
said-
the automatic
Right.
women's truck.
Who said that? I didn't say that.
I know someone in the comments said that.
Well, read who it was and read the comment.
It was Road Train said automatic girls trucks, and then Miss Nomad said I'm a woman, and you ain't putting me in a truck with an automatic.
Salud. There you go.
Matthew argues with transmissions. What? I'm confused. It's an automatic. It's Orwell, which brings up the question: does Orwell have feelings? No, it's a piece of metal.
Hey, it's a chunk of steel and aluminum and some diesel fuel. It really doesn't feel anything other than the cold, which it doesn't like, by the way. Yet. No, it doesn't have feelings.
Okay.
Just an extension of me.
Someone in from because they speak Spanish, they said greetings from Argentina. So I had to translate it because I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Sorry. Road Train, give me a 6x4 air shift splicer, and you got a deal. I bought a 1986 KWK 100E 340 3406B block car wandering what's in Orwell.
The 7FB variant of the 3406B Caterpillar. Factory spec at 400 horse.
Seth Jamie is the company. I'm a mechanic. Where's all a bunch of steering wheel holders, automatic, driving sissies.
Yeah, there ain't too many drivers on the shift no more. You wonder why all these crashes and accidents are.
I'm going to translate thanks for watching into Spanish. And I'm going to type it in the chat for that one Spanish viewer. Be nice.
You do realize that people are probably bored?
Well, I mean, it's 12:44 and question. They're talking amongst each other. They're not asking us questions.
Right.
What's the rear ratio?
Don't know. I never actually checked it. She's a short-legged son of a gun, I'll tell you that.
Automatic truck, you can't control them.
That's why I don't have one.
Can't ask you much. You're not reading right. Oh, sorry. Here, you read.
Dude, I've been drinking.
I'm tired, okay? I was up since 6 o'clock this morning.
When? I've been up longer than you.
Okay, and...
Delaware video when? It's coming up. Haven't dropped that off yet. I had 2 deliveries in Delaware. Getting ready to, you guys are getting ready to see the Striker get delivered in Delaware. And then another truck, like a city type truck, smaller one being delivered, same spot. course, back and forth. So that's what it is.
Sorry, guys, for not reading it. I'm just getting tired. My brain slows down a lot when I get tired.
AF says, "How are things going with popcorn?"
Well, we haven't touched it since the videos. The videos are old. They're not recent. We're waiting on my mother to get the title from my transferred from my grandfather's name into the estate's name for her to then gift it to me for my dad to then title it so it then can be put and worked on.
Long story short, once my ex-wife gets off her ass and handles the titling,
Then we'll work on it.
we title the truck to us, and then we can get working on it. Because I'm not putting a lot of money in the truck that technically isn't mine yet, although accruing storage fees rapidly.
I want the truck back. All right, well, you have to pay me for transport.
Willie B asks, "Are you going to paint Orwell?" If I ever do paint it, it's going to be the exact same color and paint scheme, so it looks the same as it did. I want its pedigree to shine, which is an old Keen truck. RW says Dodge Viper instead of Lamborghini.
Oh yes, agreed. V10 all the way.
Hey,
Amen, brother.
Hey, Huracan's got a V10 too.
Yeah, but I want American muscle.
I prefer a Huracan.
No, whoop your ass with my Viper. That'll be towed by, in a trailer.
You gotta earn enough money to buy a Viper.
I know. I'll have a trailer that'll be towed by Mr. Beefy with a V10 Ram in it. The one with the Viper motor in it, not mine, which is the diesel competitor.
We must have some kind of argument here. Miss Nomad says, "Suck it up, Cupcake. When you can stay up for 64 hours straight, then you're good to drive long haul, kid."
I don't want to drive long haul.
I don't think that's you. I think she's probably arguing with somebody
No,
else.
she's talking to me because I'm complaining I'm tired.
Oh. Alright, well, that's why I don't want him driving truck.
I don't want to drive truck anyway. I want to join the Navy or do other things that don't require me
Somebody
to stay
asked,
out.
"Where's Miss Nomad at now?" Road train V10 what?
V10.
Well, he's got a V10 Dodge Ram pickup, and he wants to.
I want two other V10s.
What he wants is the SRT10 pickup truck,
and
which
a
is a
Dodge
Viper engine in a pickup truck, Dodge pickup, and then he wants the Viper.
And I want the same generation Dodge Viper as
So
the
his
pickup
goal
truck.
is to get
30
the
cylinders.
2500 Dodge Ram pickup, which he already has, the Dodge Ram SRT10 pickup, which is the Viper motor, and then he wants an actual Dodge Viper.
Which has the SRT10 I want. It holds the record for the.
Who cares?
It's still the truck I want.
Who cares? The fastest pickup truck. Who
Yeah,
gives a shit
in
about
production.
that? Right. Meanwhile, my goal is to eventually buy a V10 Lamborghini Huracan and smoke all three of his bitch ass.
Oh
vehicles.
hell no! My V10 Dodge, both of my Dodges.
You know I will always own faster shit than yours.
Nope. I guess we have a competition now.
K-Man4443 says, "Another Dodge truck? You are a glutton for punishment, kid."
No, not punishment. Enjoyment. I love Dodge. Good brand. They make good stuff. Ford just puts V6 and everything, calls it good, and expects everyone to buy it. No thanks.
Andreas Curel says the Viper V10 was a joint between Daimler and Lamborghini. I'm not so sure about
I
that.
don't know
but
about that. That'd be cool.
that would be interesting, but Final the Hedgehog says Raptor could smoke you both.
Hell no.
Yeah, an older Raptor,
Yeah,
not
with
that
the
modern,
V6.
not that modern shit with that V6 motor. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't give you 13 cents for a new Raptor.
Mm-mm.
That's why Dodge is making
The TRX.
Dodge is making fun of you guys with the TRX because you can't call it a trophy truck with a engine that my mom would drive.
Funny thing with the TRX, in the when you open the hood, the radiator cover has a T-Rex eating a Raptor.
Right.
Love
Final
it.
the Hedgehog says, "Have you seen the power of a Raptor engine?"
Which one?
Look,
the V8 or the...
Look, hang on. Shush. I did a video with a Ford GT with a 3.8 liter EcoBoost. Okay, first of all, if you're in exotic car like realm, what are you doing with a V6? Really? Okay, come on. Let's be frank here. Okay, nobody wants an exotic with a V6. That's why you can't sell the Ford GT to anybody other than a YouTuber that thinks he wants some views. They're garbage. Okay? The old ass junk 200 or almost 100 almost 200,000 mile V10 Ram that he's got has more torque and power than any brand new Ford GT with that EcoBoost. Even Ken Block. Have you noticed that Ford and Hoonigan no longer have anything to do with each other? Why is that? Because they're not into racing no more. They're in the economy. So Ford can go with Toyota with their Prius. Okay? The 3.8 V6 EcoBoost could go with your Prius, and the rest of us that want actual displacement could stick with the Dodge boys. Sorry, but that Ford Raptor ain't worth crap. Sorry, but when you got a Dodge TRX, which is a 707 horsepower Hellcat motor in a trophy truck, versus that little 3.8 EcoBoost, it's not even a comparison, guys. You're comparing, I don't know, worthless crap to gold. That's my personal opinion.
Move it here so I can read it too.
Well, that's nice as far as the Tesla. Who's that? This guy golfs. Okay.
Yeah, but they'll run out of battery within, what, like 60 miles?
You realize your
I see.
Tesla's powered by coal, right? Like my diesel truck is powered by diesel, and this V10 Dodge is powered by gas. Your Tesla's powered by coal. Don't forget that.
Here's the problem when it comes to solar panels and wind turbines. The amount of production that goes into making the resources outweighs what it will take to then power from that turbine.
Don't
for
forget.
years.
Don't forget all the 11-year-old little black babies that are digging in them lithium mines to make them batteries.
Oh yeah, that too.
Versus the
Children's
well-paid
things.
American roughnecks that are digging for your oil to power your V10 Dodge, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but child labor, that's not cool. But that's who's digging up that lithium for your batteries. Of course, in third world countries, which are obviously minorities. So, yeah, there you go. That's who's making your lithium for your Tesla batteries. I don't want to know about that, though. Shit, yeah, I'm drunk. I got like a glass of vodka down, and I'm still working on my
Glass
third
of
Miller
vodka. You
Lite.
don't drink vodka.
Say I'm drunk. It's scotch. I'm sorry, man. But you seen them little kids digging in them lithium mines. That's just not cool.
I can't. Can you stop moving so I can read it? Can Dodge have the best sports car, but Ford has the best trucks?
No.
No, not by any stretch. I'm
No,
sorry.
until Ford starts putting factory V8s back in their F-150. No.
So here's the funny thing. My aunt and uncle, they had a Ford F-150 new with a V6 EcoBoost. Small trailer compared to what we have. We have a, 35 foot?
Oh, Road Train 5910 says Ford is dead. I agree.
Yeah, agreed. But so they have a small trailer, not big at all.
I love old age Fords.
They complained about the towing capability of this truck for years. So they sold it, and they bought a brand new 2020 Ram 1500 with the V8 in it. Both of them love the truck. It is a superior truck. It tows that trailer like a boss, and absolutely destroys the fact that the Ford was less.
Don't forget the Ford was aluminum body.
Oh yeah, that too.
Meaning it was weak as hell.
I mean, I own a Ford. I own a Dodge and a Ford, and soon to be a Datsun, a Nissan.
Miss Nomad says until Ford goes back to the split front axle on their 4x4 pickups and such, Ford is nothing but found on road dead. I think Ford's going a total wrong way with everything. From the aluminum bodies that have no strength at all to their insistence that a V6 can outpower a V8. I think Ford's going nowhere fast, personally. Somebody said Ford, Germany is ruling the world. Maybe in Germany, but that's like that much of a country versus that much of USA. So that ain't really saying all that much.
Tesla semi-trucks looking cool, but Tesla can't complete.
No, but Tesla has the child. Tesla has the little black babies that are mining for the lithium for the batteries. So I don't know how that passes for like equal rights or anything else.
I mean,
all those
Ford,
little kids. I see pictures of the little kids working on the mines and the lithium battery mines. So I don't know about you guys, but that ain't cool. But
ooh, nice. Horsefeather said my first vehicle was a Dodge 100, 1976, 225 slant 6 with 3 on the tree. Nice. It's a pretty sweet ride. How do you feel that all of GM is going 100% electric? They are?
yeah, they're supposedly going to do that in 2035.
Oh,
In
God.
2036, GM will be bankrupt.
And no, the
That's
government-
my answer to that.
They
you
were
can,
once.
look, you can force companies to build. You can force companies to build what you want as a government, but you can't force people to buy it. Good luck with that.
My first Ford truck was a 1978 F-150 with a 300 straight 6 with 3 on the tree. Nice. The one I just got is a 1981 F-150 with the 300 inline 6, but I got a 4-speed manual.
All right, here you go. Let me explain it to you like this, right? I know not everybody following me in my channel.
My first car was an Astrovan. Poor guy.
Yeah, my first car was a Dodge Aries, so
Hey, at least we both
Hey.
got Dodge for both cars, for first cars.
Astrovan with Chevy full.
I said me and you.
Oh,
Dopey, you're drunk.
losers unite.
Bob
anyway.
is nice utility.
Let me put it to you like this. Lamborghini's been talking about a hybrid electric, exotic car, right? But now ask me this. Look up the numbers yourself if you don't know. How many Porsche Tiguan's did they sell? That's the electric Porsche, the supercar, right? How many did they sell? How many Huracans did Lamborghini sell this year? Tell me about your hybrid or your electric car. Let me know about that. The point is, if you've got that kind of money to buy that kind of car, what do you give a shit about what gas costs, right? Point is, sports cars that are fun, are not electric. Tesla makes saloon cars. They're just basic crap for the soccer mom in New Jersey to drive to Costco to go get her groceries. You want a fun car? It ain't going to be a Tesla. I'm sorry. Like I said, Porsche come out with an all-electric Tiguan, but they ain't selling. Tesla's going to build that Cybertruck. Okay, great. It ain't worth nothing other than the fact that it's a Tesla product. But Tesla doesn't build a sports car. They're just there. They just build saloon cars. So, if you want an actual fun car to drive, it's going to run on gas, guys. It's got to make noise. I mean, you could buy a V6 Mustang nowadays, and thank God for the stereo to make some noise in the speakers. So when you step on the gas, it sounds cool. But in reality, it doesn't really sound cool if you were to take speakers out of the car. That's fact. So I don't see it. You can force the car companies to make this garbage, but you can't force people to buy it. That's the whole thing. That's the one thing that them tree huggers will never understand. You can force car manufacturers to make it, but you can't force the public to buy. And that's where the difference is.
Old Detroit muscle cars and my idea of fun cars to drive.
Absolutely. It's an audio visual thing.
The best car was the Flintstones mobile.
Whatever.
I mean, Elon Musk's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, Tesla. Some people hate it, some people love it, but I think what he did is pretty cool, especially with SpaceX and stuff he's done there. I think that's
My opinion on that is this: it's free market. If you want, you buy whatever you want. You want to buy a Prius, you buy a Prius. You want to buy a Tesla, buy a Tesla. You want to buy a Lamborghini, go for it. If you want to be the one of like 7 people that bought a Porsche Tiguan, go for it.
that actually.
But
looks
don't
pretty
tell me I can't drive what I drive. That's the whole thing.
Dodge Monaco looks pretty cool. Someone said that. I looked it up. It looks like pretty nice.
Well, we're gonna cut this here in a minute.
Yeah, I think we're gonna cut this loose. Maybe tomorrow or sometime this weekend we'll do a live stream of us of Dad kicking my ass in Tecmo Bowl when he's not drunk.
No.
No? Oh, okay. Guess not. Alright, well, we'll talk to you guys another day.
Hey, when to chop it down. I've been drinking a bunch and starting to be argumentative, so I don't really feel like pressing on no more. Close that crap down. Alright, guys, peace. Hope I didn't piss somebody off. If I did, suck it up.
See you guys.